Geramy, Kahleel. We got our guest back, Armani.
Yes,
He's
sir.
a Heat fan, by the way. Just letting y'all know that
Proud.
he's a Heat fan.
Loud and proud.
Anyways, we're going to dive straight into it. We'll get to your Heats anyway. Well, your Heats. Yes, your Heats is what I said. Or I said the other day,
crazy.
the Colds. Anyways. Christmas Day games, bro. Crazy games happened. A lot of games, a lot of teams started at 12, ended at like 10:30. Them boys was up all night. I was watching them games from start to finish. Also was barbecuing anyways. By the way, how was y'all weekends?
It was good. It was
good,
calm,
man.
nice and
Can't
calm.
complain. Yeah.
I definitely didn't stay up for the late games for sure.
You ain't stay up?
Nah, man. Nah,
What? Oh, your holiday. I said your weekends. I said your holiday. Okay. Well, yeah, man. Just a lot of L's everywhere, honestly, in the Eastern Conference. And not just the Eastern Conference, but also too for the Christmas Day games. New York Knicks, they came out with a win, close win. Then we also did have the Warriors. They beat the Mavericks, which was ideally, honestly, a good game. They needed to get that win going because honestly, the Warriors they're looking shaky currently. Rockets, they beat the Lakers. We'll get to the Lakers and what's going on over there. And then the Nuggets, they did also beat the Timberwolves. So I wanted to dive in a little about that game.
That game was crazy.
Go straight to the Knicks and the Cavs game. Interesting game, honestly. They came back from, I believe, 17 down in the fourth quarter. Are we showing MVP talent for Jalen Brunson? We giving it to my boy?
But he averaged that game. Do you remember?
Average that game.
Over 30?
Ooh, I don't got that one pulled up, man. Why you got him with these curveballs, man?
I don't know. I mean, I think that MVP, he's definitely a valuable player. Most valuable player is up for grabs, man, this year. This year is pretty tough. I'm sorry.
So it's not a no. It's just not a now.
There's a possibility.
Yeah, bro. The thing with MVP is the league is so talented right now, especially up at the top. Even though Jalen Brunson is an MVP caliber guy, he'll never really be seriously considered for that reward because there's so many people that are just chasing it and are doing a little bit better than him. So
My boy has to.
Since we mentioned it before, he's definitely starting in the All-Star.
Man,
oh yeah, I agree.
34 points, man.
Oh yeah, he had a great game. Don't get me wrong.
6 for 12 at a 3-point. When Towns only dropped 11.
Bro, Tyler Kolek, he is nice.
Yo,
he's him.
He's him. I had a statement the other day that I had posted on social media. Are we seeing is Tyler Kolek like a young emerging TJ McConnell? Can I give him that?
He's just as impactful, I think, but he plays differently. He's more of a 3-and-D guy.
Okay.
TJ McConnell is more of an inside the arc playmaking type guy.
Okay.
But in terms of impact, I would say yeah, he's up there. But honestly, on a side note, he's invited to the barbecue, bro. He got his swag is different.
That
for a white dude. I like Kolek, bro.
That boy he said for a white dude.
For a white dude, bro.
He was hooping. 16 points, 5 and 9 for field goal, and 4 or 5 from 3-point. I'll take it.
He could come to the cookout.
4 to 5 from 3-point line. That's
the most important thing is that's bench work.
Yep.
That's bench work, and this is what I'm talking about, the completeness of a team when you have role players like that that'll come off the bench and are being hot. This is a championship team, honestly. You're looking at a championship team
caliber,
if they play it right.
Yeah, this is a great team, and I'm liking what I see overall from majority of the team. And y'all know I'm gonna have to throw shade to oh my god, fucking cat, bro. What the fuck is the hell's wrong with this dude, man? Foul. Bro, 11 points.
Yeah.
11. It's Christmas Day, dog. You home, you in the garden, you know what I'm saying? New York, you know what I'm saying? We always be saying, bro, come on. Tighten 11 points, dog? I mean, double, cool, whatever. But, you 6'11" plus whatever, you're supposed to be getting boards. That's your job. But you got brought into the organization to essentially bring in points, 3-pointers. You won the 3-point competition. You know what I'm saying? So where is that? Like, what's going on with Karl-Anthony Towns? Don't get me wrong. He's having a couple of games. He's putting out some 22 points, maybe 23, 24, maybe even 25. We'll go. But he hasn't been hitting the 30s. He hasn't really been consistent with his points. He's actually at a career low right now when it comes to points per game. What's up with Cat? What y'all thinking? Y'all think do we need to get rid of him?
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't. I think it's too early to tell that. I mean, you guys got pretty far with Cat last year. He might be an essential part of the team. What I am going to tell you, Kahleel, because you're a Knicks fan, and this was given to me by wisdom, is you can't have it all, my brother. You cannot have it all. You can't have a Jalen Brunson being able to drop 38, having bench players coming off the bench dropping 16 with going 5 for 6 from the three. You Josh Hart, literally the heart of the team. Mikal Bridges, one of the best defenders in the league, if not leading in steals right now. And then you have, honestly, a very genuine center who tries like really hard. I see him out there, he's gasping for air because he has no power forward help. But you guys have such a complete team that I feel like by even changing one piece of this team right now, you guys will devour the momentum and the chemistry of that team. I don't believe the Knicks need a star player. If we're gonna add anybody, it's gonna be a compliment, like a role player that can complement the team. Not replacing Cat, because replacing Cat would mean you get another star. And again, you'll deal with the same chemistry in a different, same emotional problem in a different way.
The thing with Cat, honestly, bro, is Cat has a history of this. Like, Cat has always been the person that, in terms of talent, offensively, he could easily be a superstar. Like, that's no question. Like, he has everything when it comes to his offensive bag work. The issue with Cat is his mentality. It's his mental. Anytime things get slightly uncomfortable, or anytime things get intense, or even if you have situations where it feels like you're in a playoff environment, or even if they actually are in a playoff environment, he tends to shrink in those moments. So it's not that he can't do it. It's the fact that for whatever reason, mentally, he doesn't have that extra kick that those superstars tend to have. So I agree with G though. It's easier said than done to find someone better than Cat and to replace him. But there is that one guy, I'm not gonna say his name. He wears green, somewhere in the Midwest. But maybe that guy. Maybe if you're gonna move Cat, maybe it's for that guy. But there's not too many options I have other than
for
that.
what guy? Honestly. Go ahead and say who must not be named.
The guy who's from Greece. He got Nigerian heritage.
You're talking about the guy.
Thanasis?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, bro. Good.
Fuck out of here with that, bro. Get out of here.
Giannis. That's the only guy I could see.
All jokes aside, I agree with your statement though, Jeremy. It's a very valid statement. If you toss in a star player like Giannis, that might fuck up what they already got going on. Which honestly, they've had droughts already. They don't need a longer drought. So I guess you got to stick with what you get with Karl Anthony Towns.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, bro, but y'all wouldn't do it for Giannis?
I mean,
not for Giannis.
That's for another time, man. I would love to, but unfortunately, the powers that be, it may not be. You know? Like you said, you don't really want to toss a player like that into it and potentially lose other pieces that are in there.
True.
Because you're not going to just do an even swap for a Cat and a Giannis. No one in the world is going to do that unless you want to be Nico Harris. I mean, by all means, go ahead. But
you will be where he's at.
It's not something that's feasible in this NBA currently.
Yeah.
But I did want to move on a little bit because we talked about the Knicks. They did get that win, 17-point comeback, which was solid. Tyler Kolek was kind of the facilitator in that too. So that was something that we did like to see because, Jalen Brunson obviously always constantly having the ball in his hands. They had the minutes issue from last season, always being on the floor. So having Tyler Kolek come out and be able to relieve having a Jalen Brunson always have the ball in his hands, be able to get the scoring, pick up the workload, that definitely helps him at that point guard position, with especially having Miles McBride out. So I like seeing that implemented and having Tyler Kolek step up. Even Jordan Clarkson, 32, 33, some age like that, he was hooping too as well. They seem to have something going on when it comes to Jalen Brunson, Tyler Kolek, and Jordan Clarkson at the floor at the same time. So whatever they're doing, keep it going.
That's why you can't take it for granted.
Yeah, man. If we're winning games and Cat's doing 11 points, I could care less, honestly. If we winning games, that's fine. I just find it a little disturbing him doing something like that nature. It makes you kind of wonder, is his value that great?
honestly, what's scary about that is I think you guys will get wins with Cat not playing that well, but is that sustainable come playoff time? That's where you got to be like,
I know Jalen Brunson will turn it on, but we know Cat's the one that's shaky.
that's where y'all gonna need him.
I feel like as long as we're
know.
healthy, we should be good. That's all I can say
Yeah,
on that. But
okay.
anyways, moving on to the next. We did have the Warriors come out on with the win, beat the Mavericks, who Cooper Flag, we can say right now, arguably is, I think he's right now leading points per game in the rookies when it comes to him, you know, what's his name? Knuppel. Thank you so much. So he's doing really well for the rookies, considering.
First rookie to average more than 25 points a game since LeBron James.
Yeah, so there's a couple of notable things.
He's averaging 25?
Yeah.
I think it was 25. I thought it was 20.
It was 25.
Oh shit, he went up in points then. I thought it was like
He
20.
dropped 30. He dropped 30 on Golden State or 28 on Golden State.
Maybe
Okay.
I don't think he's averaging 25 though.
I can check it real quick.
Yeah, let's double check that.
25? If he's averaging 25,
if he's shooting 25, yo,
he
that's
needs to
what's
be in the
up.
All-Star game.
Yo, that's lit. I didn't know it was 25. I know he started off the season.
I think maybe
kinda
he's
shaky.
having like a streak. I know he's having a streak for sure.
He started off shaky for sure because we were all wondering like, this might not be the guy. I mean, obviously, I think it also has something to play with Jason Kidd putting him at the point guard position.
No, he's averaging 20.
20?
Okay.
Okay, 20. Yeah, okay. So
which is still really good.
yeah,
for
the
a
rookie level, yeah. But I think what's also good is that kid Knuppel over there. He's doing pretty good, 20 points per game. He did recently go out with the injury, so one can argue that Cooper Flag probably going to be in the running for maybe Rookie of the Year potential, depending on how long that injury goes. Dylan Harper, yeah, that's a solid talent as well, which we will get to later in this in this broadcast as well. But yeah, man, the Warriors, man, they needed that win. It was a great win for them for them getting over the Mavericks, considering that they're kind of getting some things working out, injuries in play. But I wanted to tap in a little about your Warriors, Jeremy, like get you kind of like your take on what you think is going on over there, man. It's a little bit hectic of a game. They did come out with the win ultimately. I believe that you guys had your big three in there too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry. They're all playing that day. I believe it was Christmas Day.
Yeah, they were all playing.
Yeah, Christmas Day. So I mean, what you liking? What you seeing so far of that game for Christmas Day?
I mean, I think in that particular game, they got things went in their favor early on with AD going out. Cooper Flag had an amazing game. Klay Thompson didn't have a phenomenal game, which. Again, that would have contributed to it being a competitive W or competitive loss. And I think as far as what Golden State did that particular day, it's not really that impressive to me. I think they still got a lot of kinks to work through, a lot of emotions to deal with and stuff like that. So they're still getting through it.
All right, I feel that. Yeah, a little bit of work going on with the Warriors, but it came out with a dub. The Dubs came out with the dub, so they definitely needed to get that. I won't chime in too much with the Warriors right now because they did get that win, and we still need to get a little bit more out of them. We'd like to see more, but we did want to move on to the Rockets though. Rockets beat the Lakers. Lakers got a little trouble in paradise over there. A little back and forth going on between it seems the roster and the coaching. So we don't know who all is playing a role in that. But Rockets were able to come out and secure the win. Still a little unsure what's going on with the point guard situation over there. You know, Reed Shepherd, he's obviously showing up in the starting role, but you know he's not really the guy as a point guard just yet. Still young talent. So what is Houston? Are we looking at them as considered like a contender for the championship this year?
This year, no. And there's only one reason. You just mentioned it: the point guard situation. I'm a big believer in Reed Shepherd. I do like Reed Shepherd. I think he's going to be a really good player. He's going to at least be a really good role player. However, he's not ready to help them contend this year as their main ball handler. So, especially when we're looking at how Jokic is playing, we're looking at how the Spurs are playing, how OKC's been playing. I don't foresee them in the playoffs being able to compete with those guys. They're going to be a really good playoff team. They're going to be a good outing. I think they're going to at least get past the first round. But in terms of competing for a championship, I personally don't see it yet.
I did want to highlight a little bit about the game a little bit. Men Thompson stepped up. I believe he dropped like 26, 28 points, something like that, which solid work from Men Thompson because we know he kind of came in for the defense. So seeing him play an offensive role, considering that he kind of was starting at that point guard position a little bit earlier in the season, it's interesting to see him score, honestly. But I agree with you. Until they get that point guard situation like put back together, or having obviously Fred VanVleet back from injury.
Yeah, if they have Fred, then yeah.
I don't even know how that what'll work, like how it'll look. Hopefully it'll be great for them, because we all know, like, when a team doesn't play with a specific person for a while, they got to get that chemistry back.
Yeah, that's true.
They might be there may not be too much chemistry needed because it is their point guard. So I feel like he'll kind of already know the plays, what they're run with. Has he played with KD though?
No, he hasn't.
So that might be the biggest
thing with Fred, bro. He's one of those plug and play guys. Like, he's not one of those guys that you really have to have the ball in his hands a lot. He's one of those, okay, I'm going to play defense, I'm going to run the offense.
That's true.
Then I'm going to shoot. He's going to shoot threes. He's going to be aggressive. So I don't think with that type of archetype, it doesn't really take much to try to fit in with him. You know,
is he a playmaker though?
He is.
He's a playmaker.
And mainly,
is that going to blow well with KD? Because KD likes the ball in his hands.
Yeah, but KD, when he has the ball in his hands, he's looking to score. VanVleet is not really looking to score unless he's open. Okay. You know what I mean? So I think it will work because it's one of those playmaking scoring dynamics. It's not, okay, I need to score, you need to score. It's like, no, the ball's going to be in my hands. I'm going to set you up. And then once I set you up, you good, do your thing. So I think it will work. But we never know. On paper, we can say it will work, but in practice, we don't know for sure.
I think Houston goes in my top two to be in the Western Conference Finals.
Top two? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure. I mean, it could be either OKC or Houston for sure. The reason why I put Houston over the Spurs, despite the fact that the Spurs...
And the Nuggets?
And the Nuggets, despite the fact that the Spurs are having a better season or such a great season, is the fact that you got, like, Houston has damn near the best player, in my opinion, offensively in the league right now. Is he demonstrating it at his full potential? Probably not. But come playoff time, when it's best out of 7,
yeah,
and you got to figure out a way to guard that man, and he's 7 foot tall, you're in trouble. Plus, like you guys were giving compliments to the rest of the team, they beat the Lakers by 20, and Sengun had a double-double with only 12 points. So you have players that step up on a different night basis. You have Amin Thompson with 25 that game, but then you had Sengun with 12, and you had KD with over 20. But then what's going to happen is very similar to what you see with the Knicks. They're an overall complete team, despite the fact that they do not have a point guard. If they had an official point guard, like a Fred, that would be a marvelous team. And you're right, he'd be able to fit in perfectly right now because he's not a person that demands the basketball nor demands plays. He's not to no disrespect, he's not a Steph Curry where the game doesn't revolve around him. He'll just get his shot when he can. So, yeah, Houston was definitely one of my top 2 teams in the West. For the Western
Houston
Conference.
Top 2. Okay, that's an interesting take on that. I think they're number 6 right now on the rankings. So they got a little. It's kind of tight right now for the top 6. So they could crack that. Again, it is a potential.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be first or second. I don't think Golden State, all 4 of their rings came from them being first or second. I'm sure there was a time when they were 6th.
Are you saying when they were winning championships?
When they won a championship, it's not always the first or the second team that wins the championship or goes all the way to the finals.
And I think they were when they were winning, though.
All 4 times?
The only one maybe now is 2022.
Yeah, 22.
But even that one,
they were considered an underdog.
No, they were third. They were third that year because they played Denver first round, and Denver was a 6 seed. So they were third. So yeah, that's a one year. Yeah.
So and then also it is early in the season. Like you said, it is tight as far as the differences from
and a lot could change
6th to
too.
3rd.
Come trade deadline, a lot could change for the Rockets. I mean, no one really. I haven't heard any talk or trade rumors about anyone going to the Rockets, but because considering their point guard situation, obviously we're not counting out Fred VanVleet, but they are, like you mentioned, a team that is fairly complete, like the Knicks. If they were to go into maybe the trade market and find someone that would be of value, I think I've heard a Kobe White potential might be coming up in trade.
That would be
nice. If somehow they get up a Kobe White into an organization like the Houston Rockets, that could do something. Gives you some scoring load, defense, a little minimal defense with Kobe White. He's a decent defender, but the thing is, that's one of the things you got to look at when you're looking at the trade coming up here is, Houston could easily go and grab a guard. It doesn't have to be an all-star guard. We know we don't need it. It doesn't be an all-star. But if it's a specific guard that can play that role at more like a veteran type level going into the playoffs, that could definitely help out the Houston Rockets. So I can see them getting a push. Because, at first, before you said that, I did count them out. Rockets being number 2. But you're right. You can't really count out KD in the playoffs. He is doing very well.
He's 37, though.
Granted, yes, he is 37.
I don't know.
He is 37.
Come playoff time.
I'm not counting him out, but I don't see them winning this season.
I think Steph Curry's 38, about to be, and LeBron's 41. Can you count them out?
I can count LeBron, yes.
LeBron, yeah.
You can count LeBron out, but Steph Curry, performance-wise, we're not talking about winning a chip. We're talking about being the Steph Curry we've always known him to be. Steph Curry's averaging damn near 30 points a game right now.
Yeah, but he's not gonna.
Wait. Hold that thought.
He's actually having the best career of the best season of his career, points per game wise right now.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell the full story. Full story.
Well, then what?
20. Well, in terms of the totality of a season, I would say the most complete Steph Curry we've seen was 2022. But in terms of regular season, it was 20. What's that year he won the second MVP? Was it 16?
He didn't win 2 MVPs. He only has 1.
Steph has 2.
No, he has 1 in-season MVP. He has one finals.
He won back-to-back.
He has 1 finals MVP. You're right.
Yeah.
He has 1 finals MVP.
The year they lost to Cleveland in the finals, 2016.
2016.
He was averaging 30 that year, but you can't. That doesn't tell the full story because Steph wasn't playing fourth quarters.
I don't believe Steph was averaging 30 that year. Do you talk about the year that Cleveland came back and won?
Yeah.
That he wasn't averaging 30 that year. We can check it.
No, he was. And he wasn't even playing fourth quarters because Golden State was blowing people out.
Oh.
If he was averaging 30, it was 29. Like, I'm pretty sure he was averaging 30.
What you're arguing is you're saying that we can count out probably Steph Curry
now,
and LeBron
Steph
this
is
year?
different because Steph, I'm not counting him out because it's him. I'm counting him out because I don't believe at his age he can carry that Golden State team because he doesn't have enough help.
He averaged 28. Yeah,
28?
He's never averaged
in 2016.
Yeah, against Cleveland when he lost against Cleveland. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, 15 is that the 15-16 year or 16-17?
This is the 2015-2016 postseason.
Oh, word?
Oh no, that's postseason.
No, and then it goes down to regular season.
What he averaged in the regular season? Because I'm saying average, I'm talking about regular season.
Oh, you're talking about regular season.
Regular season.
I'm not talking about postseason, no.
Regular season. I'm not sure what
regular season. He averaged
what, 31 or something. 30.
30 exactly.
30 exactly.
30 exactly.
Okay, so you got that part. So he averaged 30 in the regular season. So the argument it says, I mean, you can't really count out KD, but you're right. Yeah, you got to factor in his age and going into what we can say right now is considered a young man's league in a sense. You do have that young talent out there. Obviously, we got the Wembys, the SGAs. You got the Luka Doncic. You got all these young talent out there that they're going to have to go up against in the playoffs. But then one can also argue, too, that these are vets. These guys know what it takes to be in the spotlight, to go through 7-game series, to go through these rounds, to get to the first, second, to get into the final. They know what to do, essentially, when it comes to winning. Is age necessarily always a factor?
I mean, if it gets to a point of out of 41 or something maybe, but for Kevin Durant, bro, he is in the same category as Jokic, as SGA, as Steph Curry. Unguardable potential. You cannot stop these people. Luka, you cannot stop them. If they want to hoop on you, they will hoop on you. You're really taking credit away from Kevin Durant?
I've seen KD get swept by Ant last year. They stopped him. They put Jaden McDaniels and Nikhil Alexander on him. He was stopped.
His first season on the team. Go ahead. His first year.
Last year it was like his second or third year in Phoenix.
In Phoenix, yeah.
You're talking about in Phoenix? Before
they got swept.
That was his problem. Phoenix was a problem. But go ahead.
In Brooklyn, I seen him get swept by Boston with Kyrie, and that was in the first round. And Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart guarded him pretty well. Like him and Kyrie struggled that series. Like I think the whole KD can't be stopped is a little bit overstated in the playoffs because we've seen him have trouble versus bigger, stronger defenders. Like he can be not stopped, but he can be deterred a little bit.
Do you understand KD has one of the best shooting averages in the league? All time.
Yeah, I'm
and
aware
still
of that.
does so today.
But he's 37.
But still does it today. In today's day, this season has one of the best shooting percentages.
Not in the playoffs. In the playoffs, KD's, and it's not his fault fully, but he's older. It's father time. In the playoffs, the younger guys
he was younger when he was with Brooklyn. He was younger when he was with Phoenix. So it had nothing to do with age then. It had everything to do with the team. You're confusing the two.
No.
So it had everything to do with the team that he was around because age didn't matter. KD has been KD since he walked into this league.
Two things can be true. He's old. Age does play a factor, and he can also be outplayed. Ant is outplaying him. Jason Tatum outplayed him. I think who they lost to the year before, was it the Clippers in the playoffs?
The Clippers, who?
Was Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Or they missed the playoffs. They missed the play.
Let's go over here.
They missed it last year.
Got to go straight to KD and see.
They missed it last year. I think the year before is the year they got swept by Minnesota. And then the year before that, I think they lost to the Clippers in the playoffs or the Nuggets.
So if we're looking at Kevin Durant and we're going over like season itself, you said which year? What year are we talking about?
I'm talking about playoffs. So
playoffs?
So I know but the year before last year, they were swept by Minnesota. But the year before that, if I'm not mistaken, they lost to the Clippers.
Is that Brooklyn time you're talking about?
I'm talking about Phoenix.
Oh, sorry. I said Brooklyn. Wow. Phoenix time, that would have been 2023.
Yeah, I think that was 2023.
So in 2023, man.
That's the year he got traded from Brooklyn.
Yeah, that is the year he got traded from Brooklyn. I'm trying to find the game right now. Let's see.
You know a basketball reference?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't have the one they lost, though. Not for the postseason. You got it over there?
Let me see.
No, I don't. I was looking at pretty much his different awards and stuff, bro. Nobody's messing with KD, bro. It's Kevin Durant, guys.
Can I be honest? KD's not good enough compared to the other top players now to be able to carry the Rockets, in my opinion. Is KD even top 5 right now?
In the league?
No, right? I'm not. He's not in my top 5. I'm gonna just say that.
Top 5 right now.
You know how much he's averaging?
I think he's averaging what he like 25,
right now
27.
he's averaging
or
25.
Yeah, 25,
26.
26. That's what he normally averages.
Yeah, he's averaged 25 points per game.
In terms of his skill set,
and if we're talking about like stats, he isn't above top 5 in points leading right now. Because obviously you got Luka, SGA, Tyrese, and then you got Donovan and Jokic, and he's at 25. And
Tyrese?
Tyrese Maxey.
Bro, I was thinking about Halliburton. I was like, Tyrese.
Maxey. Yeah, you got Maxey up there, 30. And all these guys are averaging pretty much 30 points per game. The only one that's closest is Nikola Jokic at 29, and he's number 5, and it's 29.8. So we can say that's 30.
But I could see where you're coming from. Like, if we were to see a 2017 Kevin Durant come back all over again, then I'll be like, they have a chance, but I don't see him as that same guy. Not that he can't score anymore, but athletically and defensively, he's not the same level, which is fine because not only is he older, but he tore his Achilles in 2019.
So I guess Steph Curry's not at the same level either.
Steph Curry is not at the same level, but he's still great.
If I were to rank them right now, as far as like
Steph is better than
between
KD.
Those three, I would go Steph Curry, KD, and LeBron James. As far as current right now, who's good? I would say those would be how the three would go if you'd rank them in order. That's my current ranking on it. Now, based on what he was saying, like
SGA better than Steph Curry?
Yes. Right now, yes.
Okay, cool. Despite the fact that Steph Curry is averaging 28 points a game just with 1 free throw or 2 free throws attempt a game, whereas SGA averages 33 points a game, but half of it comes from free throw attempts, that's cool. That's cool.
When you say drawing fouls is a skill, though?
You're saying drawing fouls is a skill?
Look at.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Look at James Harden. Is he a great scorer? Is he a great player?
So what has Stephen Curry been criticized his whole career for?
For what?
Drawing fouls.
Yeah, but he's not better than SGA right now. I think drawing fouls is a skill. James Harden, we know him as one of the greatest scorers of all time. Great at drawing fouls. D Wade, people forget. D Wade was getting criticized for being a foul baiter.
You're going out of context.
No, I'm saying
half of SGA's points are free throws. Half.
What's wrong with that though?
Half.
Right.
Steph Curry just gets one of these a game. The rest of them are earned. Do we not agree that Steph Curry gets fouled in the game and they don't call it?
That's every superstar.
But then SGA gets it more. Correct?
Because he knows how to play it off.
So it's fine that he knows how to play it off, but how can you put how do you put that player better than a Steph Curry?
Because I see everything else other than that too.
What else?
He's a better mid-range shooter. He's a better finisher. He's a better ball handler.
He's a better finisher?
Yeah, he is.
He's a better ball handler?
2 years ago, he led the league in points in the paint as a point guard.
I didn't argue that part. I didn't argue the points in the paint. Finisher.
That's a finisher.
We're talking. Well, I thought you meant just scoring in general. Like,
no,
like
I want to say finishing like in the paint. He's a better finisher.
Okay,
he's taller. He's more crafty in there.
Go ahead. All he got is the paint work. Tell me what else he would have.
Mid-range.
Can't shoot threes though.
You're saying he has better. You're saying he's a better mid-range shooter than Steph Curry?
Shea? Yes. Yes. Not by far. But he is a better mid-range shooter. Yes, he is. And the mid-range, Shea is one of the greatest mid-range, not even just shooters, players of all time. That's what part of what makes him so great. Which is why people.
Bro, you are fucking taking away Dirk Nowitzki, like all the great mid-range shooters of all time.
He's one of the.
He's not top 10. He's not top 10.
I disagree with that. Shea, he's not averaging 33 and 3/4 for no reason. It's not just free throws. Like, no, I disagree with that.
I wouldn't say he's shooting 50% of his free throws from at the free throw line. He's definitely a little bit lower than that.
And I'm not saying he's better
Steph Curry's 47 and Shea's 50% from the mid range.
Okay.
And he has 4 inches on Steph Curry, 3 inches on 4 inches on Steph Curry. So good for him. He has a slight advantage on the mid range. How about the 3-point? Does the 3-point not overshadow his mid range game?
To a certain extent, but there's only so many threes you can make. Like, even if you shoot 40% from 3, which is still a great clip, it's still just 40%. There's only so many threes you can shoot that to where it's efficient. Steph Curry's a great shooter of all time, don't get me wrong. But as of right now, I'm not saying prime Steph. Prime Steph is better than SGA. I'm not talking about prime Steph. I'm talking about 37, 38-year-old
age when he could drop 45 on your head.
Father time's undefeated.
So what does it? How is it undefeated if he can still drop 45 multiple times this season? We're not even halfway through the season yet.
He's not doing it as consistently as he did before.
He's done it more than he's ever had. He has had 5 45-point games, or 4 of them this season.
Yeah.
He just beat Michael Jordan as the oldest player.
To say Steph is better than Shea right now is crazy. I'm sorry.
I just proved to you the fact that if you literally just do not foul Shea and just let him shoot, you know what we do?
That's easier.
You know what you do? We're at the 3-point line, leave him wide open.
That's easier said than done.
Why don't you leave that Shea wide open at the 3-point line? Because he's gonna miss.
Then why don't they? If they did, yeah, okay, you're overstating how he's not a bad 3-point shooter. He's not
a good one.
He's good enough. He's good enough. He's so great as a mid-range shooter and as a finisher that he doesn't necessarily need to be a great 3-point shooter. That's how good he is with everything else. He's not averaging what he's averaging on accident, and it's not just free throws. It's not.
I just told you 50% of it is free throws. It is just free throws.
I don't think it's 50%.
He leads the league in free throws attempts and made.
No, right now it was Luka.
What's wrong?
After Luka. And Luka, that means that's even worse.
Luka leads the
So
league
are we
in free throw
discrediting
attempts right
anyone who shoots who draws fouls? Is it just like, okay, it's because you get free throws and because let's be honest, Shea does foul bait, But if it's getting him free throws and if it's helping his team, then why wouldn't he? He's just taking advantage of the rules. Wouldn't we all do that?
Because you're not going to discredit the person who actually earns his points.
I'm not discrediting him.
Okay,
I'm just saying he's so better than Shea right now.
He earned his points.
If we're looking at free throw attempts right now, Luka actually leads in free throw attempts at 11.9. SGA is at 9.2. As far as free throws made, where we at? So we don't have him at the. Oh, here we go. Free throws made. Luka 9.5. SGA 8.1. As far as points, SGA is averaging 33. So it's 32. I'm sorry. So he's not. It's not over. He's not half of what his points are. Now, if we go to where we were at, Steph Curry.
Now take away that 8.
Steph Curry's at 21. Steph Curry's at 28 points per game right now, and he is free throws. Where we at? Is that 5.1? Yeah, 5.1 free throws made and attempted. It is.
That's impossible.
5.5.
He would be.
So he's basically making 5 free throws every game is what he's attempting, and then SGA is at 8. So 3 more.
So take away the free throw, and SGA is at 22, and Steph Curry's at 23.
You can't take away the free throws.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean 22? 22 what?
8. SGA is 8 points that he gets out of free throws, and he's averaging 30.
He's averaging 32.
Take away 8, he's 24. Steph Curry's at 23. And that's hard earned.
So is your argument that because he draws fouls and because a lot of his points come from the foul line? So at that point,
will we be rating
Steph Curry?
So wouldn't you rate the pure scoring percentage? My bad. Go ahead. Yeah.
Don't do that.
I was gonna say.
Don't do that. Pure scoring percentage? Don't do that. Because Steph Curry leads the fucking league, the world, in shooting percentage. Yes.
I doubt that. Highly doubt that. He's dropped off a little bit.
In true shooting percentage, right?
Oh, and true shooting percentage.
True shooting, exactly.
I'm thinking you're saying field goal percentage.
No, true shooting percentage.
Yeah,
Who
his free
leads
throw percentage is going to drive
the league in true shooting percentage?
And even then, I don't. It's probably like Jokic or something.
It's actually a stupid number because it's Rudy Gobert because he doesn't shoot.
Because he doesn't shoot, yeah. That's when you start getting into the.
But true shooting involves free throws. So
does it? I thought.
Yeah,
really?
True shooting is free throws, 3-point percentage, and everything.
I thought true shooting for some reason was anything but free throws.
No, free throws is included. So that it can't be Rudy Gobert.
Okay. But hang on, we gonna have to table that just a little bit here.
Okay,
Move on to the
67%.
Move on to the Nuggets Timberwolves. That was a great one. I do appreciate that. So Nuggets Timberwolves, y'all talked about earlier about the Nuggets, one of the greatest for sure of all time, doing what he's doing right now. He did drop 56 points, I believe 16 rebounds and 15 assists when it came to his triple double. Phenomenal game for Jokic. Is he winning MVP this year? Can he win MVP this year?
That's hard, bro. This MVP race, you got Luka up there, you got Shea up there,
it's the same guys again.
Jokic
Luka,
up there.
Shea, and SGA.
Cade is
Luka,
probably
Shea, and SGA.
Cade is probably gonna
SGA and Jokic.
Cade is probably gonna have a fighting chance to get it.
All right, stop. Stop.
I'm saying based off of record.
Stop. We're not gonna do that. You're not gonna be talking about Cade Cunningham has a better chance, and then we leave Jalen Brunson out. That's not happening. We can't do that because Jalen Brunson is a better guard over Cade. Yes. Jalen Brunson is 100% a better player than Cade Cunningham. He's better in the clutch.
Okay, I agree with that.
Better 3-point shooter.
I agree with that.
Better finisher.
No, he's not.
Than Cade Cunningham?
I think he's more crafty.
Better mid-range shooter.
I think it looks better. I think Jalen Brunson's game is prettier, for sure. But in terms of utility, Cade is a better defender.
I didn't get to the defense yet. I can argue, yes, that Jalen Brunson's defense is bad.
Defense, playmaking.
Are you kidding me? Jalen Brunson.
Cade led the league in the. Well, no, I think he was second behind Jokic last year. He averaged 9.2 last year. He might be around the same this year. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Playmaking, Cade. I think in terms of intangibles, they're around the same. They're both winning guys. It's an argument. I'm not saying I think it's Cade, but it's not crazy. It's not.
Don't get me wrong. Cade Cunningham is a great point guard. I'm not saying he's not a bad point guard. I'm not saying he's not an all-star talent. He's all those things, yes. But he's not a better point guard than Jalen Brunson.
But you said the only reason is because his scoring.
It's not just because.
I mean, not even scoring. You said 3-point shooting.
Clutch player, three-point shooter. He's a better finisher, in my opinion. I know you said that in your opinion he's a better finisher for Cade Cunningham, but in my opinion, Jalen Brunson's a better shooter, a better finisher. And then on top of that as well, we argued not too long ago, just a minute ago, drawing fouls. We can argue that he's better at doing that as well.
Jalen Brunson for sure. But why is it not close? Is what I'm trying to get at.
He's averaging more points per game right now, and he's a smaller.
Yeah, but
player.
Then I could also say Cade is averaging more assists and rebounds and more efficient.
The rebound portion is going to be something that he's going to get because of his height. That's an obvious portion there. That's something that is going to happen.
And Jalen Brunson's going to get the scoring because he's naturally a scorer. That's what he does.
So why is Cade Cunningham not able to get scoring? He's tall.
He can. He's averaging...
Not more than Jalen Brunson.
Not more than Jalen Brunson. But the scoring is comparable. And then Cade Cunningham is so much better in other aspects of the game.
What other aspects besides defense? I know you're talking
rebounding,
about
defense, and playmaking. He's better objectively than Jalen Brunson.
Brunson is a playmaker,
but he's not better than Cade.
We're talking
about relative to Cade.
Are we going based off because how many assists he's got? Because he does
not only assists, but in terms of how he runs the offense. Because Cade's been doing that since he was at Oklahoma State, bro. Cade's always been a great playmaker. So I'm not even just saying just assists. I'm saying in terms of running the offense, Cade is better than Jalen Brunson.
I don't know about that. Running offense?
Jalen Brunson being better than Cade is not crazy. Like, I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing the part where you say it's not close.
Let's do this.
It's not close. It's crazy.
Real quick, if you swap the guards around, if you put Cade on and New York Knicks and you put Jalen Brunson on the Detroit Pistons, who's a better team?
Both teams get worse because both teams are built around their specific skill set. If you were to just swap them, both teams would get worse, in my opinion.
That's a good take.
Okay. I can give you that one. That's valid. That was not what I was hoping for.
Because I think your analogy would pertain more towards superstar players who are a little, like, in a sense, more impactful. Like when you say Luka, switch Luka for somebody else, that's another superstar guy.
Yeah.
By the way, Cade's got 9.6 assists. He's leading. He's second right now behind Jokic in an assist.
An assist, yeah.
Is Cade Cunningham the franchise player of Detroit?
Yes.
For sure. I think so. I think with Detroit, all they really need to really... I don't think they're contenders necessarily yet. Like if I was to see...
They haven't faced a lot of the teams in the organization, a lot of big teams. They just lost.
Well, I don't know who they played, so I can't argue against that. But I think you guys are a little bit more battle tested, and you guys are better in terms of scoring. And I like the offensive system Mike Brown is putting in place for the Knicks. So if I had to choose someone to make it, as much as I hate this as a Heat fan, I would choose.
Go ahead. What?
I would choose the Knickerbockers.
That's right, the New York Knickerbockers.
However, if Detroit makes a move to where they do get a little bit more like shot creating and they get a little bit more shooting, then at that point, they could beat y'all.
I'll tell you one thing, a scary sight, because the whole thing with the Giannis could really go anywhere. But if Giannis decided he wanted to take his talent to like Detroit for some odd reason, or even the Celtics, it would toss some shit up. So I agree. Right now, we could beat Detroit Pistons. I think it is a beatable game, but yet New York Knicks haven't faced Detroit Pistons this season, so we don't know how that matchup goes. As far as Detroit Pistons, that's another story. Back to the Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
Oh yeah, we got off track.
So the Nuggets, Timberwolves, Jokic triple-double as he's doing. He's actually on track to actually pass Oscar Robertson for second most triple-doubles in the season, which as a center is pretty phenomenal. Obviously, we already know centers being able to facilitate the way he is, he's changing the game. I mean, the dynamic with how he's able to facilitate the ball, what the Nuggets are doing right now, all things considered without Aaron Gordon, is pretty, all things considered, is good. We're starting to see players like Tim Hardaway Jr., he's stepping it up a little bit. We're starting to even see players like what's his name? I'm sorry, no, Cam Johnson. He fell down. He hurt himself, didn't he?
Yeah,
I believe he's injured. I take that back. I was about to give him some shout, but never mind. He did recently injure himself. So really, with the injuries they have with Aaron Gordon and Cam Johnson, it's surprising to see how they're doing, but then not really because you got Jokic. You do have Jamal Murray, who we'll see how he does in the playoffs. We'll see, but I am excited to see they dropped a fantastic game. He had 56 points, I think, and Jokic
56 point triple
Jamal
double.
had like 35 points.
Yeah.
I mean, over 80 points between the duo. That's fucking insane. So shout out to them. Timberwolves, on the other hand, they did suffer that loss. Honestly, I don't think I'm taking the Timberwolves seriously this year. I don't know what it is. I know they did those contract extensions with obviously Julius Randle and Naz Reid. And Julius Randle, he's doing his thing. I'm even gonna give shades to Julius Randle, but something the team seems to be missing.
They lost Alexander Walker too.
Yeah, I think that's what they seem to be missing, like pieces that
Yeah.
that really helped them out. Maybe those role players, like you said, Alexander Walker.
Mike Conley's old.
Mike Conley, yeah, he's getting older too. And his
Who's
position,
the dude they drafted? Rob Dillingham. They're not playing him
they're
enough
not playing
for him
Rob
to develop.
Dillingham, so it's a little bit of a precarious situation going on over in
That's
the
a new
Timberwolves.
word.
Hey man, I'm trying to get the lingo going. You know what I'm saying?
Curious. Okay.
It's a little interesting what's going on over in that organization right now. And then, obviously they did just have the Timberwolves bringing in Kevin Garnett back into the organization, which we talked
did?
about. Yeah, Kevin.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So Kevin Garnett, apparently he's now back in good talkings with the organization, and apparently, supposedly, he's going to be working with, I don't know, the talent or probably the front office, maybe recruiting talent. I'm not sure.
He's like a consultant.
Yeah, he's going to be like a consultant. He's not
Jerry
working
West.
specifically in the front office, but I guess he's going to be consulting with them. So
I see.
that should be interesting because, he's got an eye for talent. So we should be seeing some cool things come to the Timberwolves organization. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, too, they're retiring his jersey as well. Kevin Garnett's jersey for the Timberwolves. So that's something that's pretty good. Which, fun fact, I think I mentioned this last time, but he's actually leading in all stats for the Timberwolves,
KG?
Points, assists, rebounds. So it's
probably
nice to see
gonna
he's
pass
getting that
him, but-
retirement. But if he ain't in the front office or being consulting with them, hopefully that kind of wakes him up, because they do need a point guard. Another team that's going to be in need of a point guard in the next year, honestly.
And the second star, a true second star.
Yeah, because to be honest, we don't know who the true second star is right now. And I keep telling everybody, Dante DiVincenzo is not a fucking point guard. I don't care how many times you play it, you spin it. Not even in 2K will that shit work. You cannot put Dante and have Anthony Edwards as your backcourt. It just, not at the same time. It just doesn't work. Anthony Edwards would have to be better at playing maybe the point guard position, and then you could put Dante at the two.
Even then, that's.
But even then, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
It's not pretty.
Yeah.
It's not pretty.
Dante's
So
a bench player.
yeah,
He's a role player.
He's a role player. I agree. There's no argument about that. He's a role player for sure. At one point in time, I would have said that maybe he could have been a starter for the New York Knicks, but now with tides have changed. Mikal is obviously a better player when it comes to
Taller.
defensive wise, and honestly, offense wise, he gets to his spot.
He's more versatile.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo, he's gonna get those spot up threes. He can shoot, but Mikal could get, like you said, he could get to his spots a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah,
he has a little bit more of a bag.
He's very efficient.
Yeah.
I've been watching Mikal when he gets hot. I mean, as any player does, but it's just nothing but net every time, and he gets those uncomfortable positions with the fadeaway side and all that shit. But anyways, moving on. So I did want to dive into a little scary hours right now for OKC. Scary hours for OKC.
Scary hours.
What's going on, man? The Thunder, they finding a little bit of, I can't find a joke to make on this, but Thunder seem to find a kryptonite right now in Wemby. Mm-hmm. They're not turning things on. They're 3-0. The Spurs are against OKC this year. And in a 10-game span too, if I'm not mistaken, I had read. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard enough to beat, OKC.
Yeah.
But to beat them 3 times in a 10-game span, that's damn near. I mean, can we argue that they got their number this year, that they're probably not going to get the chip this year? Can we argue that?
It's hard to tell. They're still part of my top 2 team.
Yeah.
I don't think the Spurs are experienced enough to
I don't know why. I think we're counting them out. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, obviously we hope health. We hope health for everything with Wemby because I know he's still on restricted minutes right now. He's not playing the starting role. I believe the past couple of games he's just been coming off the bench. But still, coming off the bench and getting wins, I don't give a fuck. Like, it works. If it comes off the bench and he's winning, then he's winning. So I mean, what do we do with that next? I mean, now we not only getting wins from the Spurs, but we're doing it for Wemby coming off of the bench. I mean, when he comes on the starting role now, what happens? What do we get then?
I mean, I don't think much changes in terms of the way the Spurs go about things. I don't think they're objectively a better team than OKC yet. Mm-hmm. I think OKC, to me, they're a little bit deeper and they have more, they have a little bit more chemistry, even though the Spurs are building that. For me, it's really the matchups. Like, I would take OKC in the series, but in terms of can the Spurs beat them? The Spurs can beat them. They've shown this year that they can beat them because of the matchups. They got someone for Shea. They got people for J-Dub. They got people for Chet. They got people for everyone. So they can match up just as OKC can match up with everyone. You know what I mean? So that's why I think they do have a real chance of taking them out, even though I wouldn't take them in the series.
I don't know, man. So you're saying OKC will take Spurs in the playoffs?
If you put a gun in my head and told me to choose one, I would choose OKC. But the Spurs can beat them. If the Spurs were to beat OKC in the playoff series, I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know, man. I mean, if they would have been like 2-1 going into the season right now, I would have said, all right, yeah, it's gonna be maybe the first two are kind of a fluke kind of deal, but Wemby's coming off of the bench and they're not just winning like close games, like they're leading majority of the games, which is showing me that OKC can't turn it on. SGA was missing shots, actually not able to get to the free throw line. So I mean, what do we do with that? How are they going to be able to? How is SGA going to be able to handle that going into the playoffs? They can't figure it out in the season. I mean, come playoffs,
I think superstars figure it out. I think guys on that level, things happen. Players choke. Don't get me wrong. But Shades to me last year showed that in adverse situations, he can figure it out. The Spurs, let me ask you this. Are you saying OKC, come playoff time, you're not just choosing the Spurs to win. You're saying OKC can't beat them because of them losing in the regular season the way they did. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think OKC can, honestly. No, it's because the way they played them in the season, even through the NBA Cup tournament. I mean, that was a game that they needed to win, and when the chips were down to it, they weren't able to win the game. And then there was that whole argument foul where obviously way SGA shoots and everything, he got that free throw up. When it came to him and Castle, again, Castle was guarding him at the time. So there was that controversy foul, but even still, you can tell that the suffocating defense from just Wemby covering all sides of the floor almost, and then just the team all together collaborating to be able to facilitate well with one another. I mean, even Luke Cornett's having games. You got players like Luke Cornett having games on OKC. And you think OKC is still going to be like a title contender this year?
You don't think they're a title contender?
Not against the Spurs. I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
I disagree with that, bro.
I'm sorry. They'll make it far in the playoffs, but I just think ultimately, if it comes down to them and the Spurs got their number. I truly do. Now, will they get games on them? Yeah, I think the series will probably go down to a 7-game series, ideally. I think it could. Right now, I don't believe the 7-game series based on what I'm seeing in the season right now. I would probably say 4-2, honestly. If it was me, I would say 4-2, and it would be Spurs up 4-2. Just because of how dominant they've been in the regular season. Obviously, still regular season right now. It's still early in the season. But for them to be facing a team that just came off a championship win a couple months ago, I mean, shit. Wemby coming off the bench, he wasn't playing at full strength. He's not playing his full minutes.
Yeah.
So that means he's not working in the same normal rotation. So they're gonna have that means their starters that they have without Wemby are able to still lock down that OKC team, and then Wemby is able to come in and help out still. But so yeah, you was talking about the OKC essentially. You had mentioned I mentioned obviously that I think that OKC is a better team. I'm sorry, that Spurs is an overall better team than OKC. I think so, but I'm kind of curious. What do you think? As far as like between the OKC and the Spurs, obviously Spurs being up 3-0 in the regular season so far this year. What's your take on the Spurs and OKC dynamic right now? The rivalry, I guess you could say.
It's pretty tough. I mean, on paper, some would say that the Spurs are more competitive. They got more height. Obviously, with Wemby and overall, they got some talent there, but you can't knock off the momentum. I think you said it of OKC. They're defending champs, and I think you got to go above and beyond to show that you're better than them. And beating them 3 times is cool. That's happened many times before, but I think what matters is where you're at on that standing. So I think
they're number 2 right now, San Antonio.
OKC's still number 1.
Yeah, they're number 1, but you got to see right now they got 5 losses, if I'm not mistaken, that they have, and of those 5 losses, 3 of them are the Spurs.
All right.
Now it's still early in the season, so we can argue they haven't gone through most of the teams just yet. But we already know OKC is probably going to run through majority of the teams. The only teams I can think of that might show like a fighting chance that I haven't seen yet, maybe Detroit. I haven't seen them face the Knicks just yet. Who else? Have they faced the Nuggets? Have they gone against the Nuggets
I think they have, but I can't say for sure.
So
I feel like they have.
So maybe some teams like that, they might have a little bit of a friction going against. But ideally, they're probably going to have a phenomenal season. But I think the Spurs are just going to have their number, regardless of the fact that them being 1 or 2. I think Spurs in the regular season having their number, that's gonna play a role come playoff season.
May I ask you a question?
Oh man, here, go ahead. What's the question?
So before the season started last year,
Oh God,
you didn't have OKC winning, right?
nope.
And why is that?
Because I thought they were too young. I didn't think they were gonna be able to do it with the young team.
Even though they were the number 1 seed, you still were like, nah, they're too young. They're too
Yeah, they were too young.
right?
I thought they were inexperienced. Yeah.
So why do the Spurs get that pass, even though they're also young and inexperienced and also not battle tested? Why do the Spurs get that pass and OKC didn't last year?
Because Spurs have fucking Wemby. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
And not just the Wemby thing, but the way Spurs are playing right now, we can argue that we didn't expect the Spurs to be this hot right now. Yes, we knew Wemby was going to be a great player, but I wasn't projecting them to be still in single digits for this part into the season right now.
Okay.
Especially, what is it, year 3 for Wemby, if I'm not mistaken? So
could you say that's even more of a reason not to choose them? Because we don't know if it's a fluke or not. Because you said you didn't expect this. So how do we know if it's a fluke or not? I don't think it is.
I'm definitely gonna say that
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's a fluke. But how I know it's not a fluke is because you don't lose to a great team like the Oklahoma City Thunder. You don't lose to a great team like that, or you don't beat a great team like that 3 times in 10 game span. You don't do that. I'm sorry. You just don't do that.
Okay.
If you're that great of a team, you just came off of winning a championship, then I can't say that you're arguably the better team. I gotta say Spurs is
even
the
though
better
they
team.
have a better record and they're the champions.
They're beating them by 2. As far as the record goes, they're up by 2 games. If I'm not mistaken.
But still though, like I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to figure out like what makes you. So is really the only reason why you would choose the Spurs is because they beat OKC 3 times in the regular season?
At this very point in time, yes.
Okay. All right.
Because at this very point in time, you've seen that they have arguably been the better team in those 3 occasions. And in those 3 occasions, their best player on that roster is coming off of the bench.
Okay. It's not bad. Oh, that's not a bad argument. I see where you're coming from.
And of those 3 games, one of those games was a championship-like type of game to get you into a championship, which they didn't win.
Oh,
Hey.
All right.
Hey. I'm just calling it what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. What it is. Money was on the line. They knew what it was. They didn't win the money.
I feel you.
It's as simple as that. So
I just think
I'm gonna have to go with the. I'm not. I get what you're saying. That OKC is battle tested. Spurs, they're still young. I know what I said last year as well when it came to OKC. Mm-hmm. But this is a different team now. I've already been personally proven that the young shit don't really matter. Mm-hmm. So I'm tossing that out there.
Okay.
But if
I like it.
But if you see on the stats, the facts is that they've lost 3 times already to this team. How could I not say that this team is going to beat them in the playoffs? So,
and to be clear, I'm not saying the Spurs can't beat them. I do agree that the Spurs, obviously, they've shown that they can beat them.
OKC can. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Because earlier you did say that.
Okay.
That's why I was like.
No, I'm sorry. They can't. I'm sorry. I'm sticking to it. I just don't think they can.
All right.
I just don't think they can.
That's a bold take.
I'm sorry, but I just don't think they can.
Okay.
We gonna move on from
Yes,
that,
sir.
honestly.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
top teams are falling right now in the East. So just yesterday being what was yesterday's day? Friday. That's right. So Friday, a lot of teams in the East was falling. I mean, left and right. So we had out over in the East, Detroit, which was what I wanted to talk about, because we ain't going to talk about Cade Cunningham in specific topics over Jalen Brunson when they lost to the Utah Jazz. Now, yes, granted, it was a close game. It was also an away game, so we can argue the away game does play a factor into it, but I don't care.
Okay.
If you're that guy, you're that team, you need to be winning those games. I felt the same way when the Knicks lost to the Pacers the other day. You don't lose to the fucking Pacers. It's the Pacers. They're the bottom of the barrel right now in the Eastern Conference. So it's like, well, not the bottom, but of the bottom of the barrel. So that's just things you just do not do. So Detroit losing to Utah on the road. Then you also had another game that was close, 76ers and the Bulls. Another close game, but we also had the Bulls winning that game. Magic, they lost to the Hornets. The Bucks lost to the Grizzlies, which we can argue that the Bucks is without Giannis, so we know that that's a little factor as well. But Bucks aren't really that great, but they're better than the Grizzlies right now. And then lastly, then we got the Hawks. They lost to the Heat. And I'm sorry, I know your Heat team is a great team. I'm not saying they're not a great team. And the Hawks are, I will say, on an 0-5 losing streak with Trae Young back on the roster. I will agree with that. However, based on projectings, Hawks have been performing a little bit better than the Heat, so that's why I put that in there. But I bring that all up to say the only team of all those Eastern teams that was on top, or I should say, that was really the better team was the Celtics.
Yeah.
Which right now they're number 3 in the Eastern Conference, which you can argue is a little different. We didn't expect that. No Jason Tatum, no Kristaps Porzingis, no Al Horford. A lot of fucking pieces are missing right now. And somehow, some way, they find their way on their back of Jaylen Brown to carry themselves to the 3rd in the Eastern Conference. So
on the back of Jaylen Brown or on the top of his hairline?
Shit.
Yeah. Because that boy
I don't know if you want to be on top of the hairline. What part of this? Where does it start?
Yeah, you're gonna leave with black all over you.
That's tragic right there, man. That's tragic. That's tragic. But be that as it may, Celtics, they are number 3 right now in the Eastern Conference. What's up with these top teams right now? Like, why are they losing games? It's still early in the season. Like, what the Bulls beating the 76ers, the Heat, they not really getting things figured out as well. I mean, what's up? What's up right now?
I mean, if you ask me, they're bad losses. We can't sugarcoat that. They're bad losses. However, in a season of 82 games, you're gonna have bad losses. You're gonna have games that you lost that you shouldn't have lost. So to me, yesterday isn't necessarily gonna make me change my opinion too much on the teams that lost for the most part.
Okay.
The only team that I could think of that, as of right now, that my opinion has changed is the Hawks. And reason being is they were on that winning streak and now they're on that losing streak ever since Trae came back. So now we're looking at them like, okay, I'm a believer of Jalen Johnson. I know you are too. Jalen Johnson is a really good player and he's basically going to be their franchise guy going forward. However, now what do you do with Trae? Because the Hawks can't really do too much as of right now.
Hold up, wait.
What?
We're going back to that again. You wasn't here last episode, but last episode, I had argued that Jalen Johnson was also the franchise player going forward with Atlanta.
Yeah, no, and I don't want to go back and forth when it comes to that right now. But what I was getting at is, and I agree, Jalen Johnson to me is the guy. But now you have to figure out, okay, we can't really do too much going forward because now we have to figure out the dynamic of this team. If we're going to keep both, we got to figure out who's the 1 and who's the 2. And if we're not going to keep both, we got to figure out who we're going to move and what we can get back. So I don't foresee the Hawks really competing this year just because right now it's a logjam.
Like, you think it's a Trae Young problem, though, being that he's back with the 0-5 thing? Like, could that be a Trae Young thing? Or is it just a coincidence?
You said Jalen Johnson plays the 3, right?
Position? He's like a 3-4. He's like a hybrid type.
Yeah, he's like a hybrid, honestly. These players now.
So they could definitely coexist together.
They could coexist, but it doesn't seem like they're working so far with this 0-5 streak that they're on. But granted, Trae Young just came back off of what, a month and a half out, if I'm not mistaken. He was gone for a little minute, so it's going to take some time, I'm sure.
You know what this reminds me of? The dynamic. I'm not saying there are these two players. I'm just saying the dynamic. It reminds me of the LeBron-Luka thing. Reason being is, both players, can they coexist? Yes, they're great players. They can figure it out. However, is it best for them to be together, considering that they're both ball-dominant, playmaking type players? Probably not. It's probably not the best fit.
I'll give you another
So
one.
that's what I would compare it to.
Once upon a time, there was that whole, you had a lot of players, like you had the Paul George and the Kawhi Leonard thing when that happened. When they were on the same team together, one could argue they almost played the same position. Same thing with the Jason Tatum and the Jaylen Brown thing. I mean, how did it work? Well, it didn't really work for the Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, but how does it work for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? But why is it shaky for a Trae Young and
I think with
Jalen Johnson?
Good question. I think with Boston, that was an anomaly. And reason being is, yes, they coexisted. However, that team around them was so damn dominant that they couldn't lose that year. Like, they were just so good that year that it was hard for them to lose in terms of talent. Now with Kawhi and Paul George, the reason why they were able to coexist, even honestly, same with them, I don't think it was the best fit. I think they were able to coexist because Paul George is more, yes, he's a scorer, but he's more of a playmaking type guy. He's more like, he's going to handle the ball. Yes, he's going to get his, but he's also going to get his teammates involved. Kawhi is more of he can do everything, but he's more of like a 3-and-D type guy. Like, he's one of those guys really more like a scoring and defense type guy. Like, he's going to score on all three levels. He can handle the ball, but he's really trying to get his. He's not really trying to look to make plays for others. So I feel like they coexisted because they're not, even though they play the same position, they're not the exact type of player.
Okay.
But Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they're very redundant, and I don't think that would have worked if they didn't have what they had around them. So I think that's mainly why that works.
Guess we'll see.
So you see Jalen Johnson is the franchise player of that team.
He's the best player. I don't think they gave him the keys yet because obviously Trae there, it's an ego politic thing. But in terms of who's the best player, I think.
Well, I don't think he's doing that much better than Trae.
Right now?
Yeah, he's averaging 23 points a game. Trae Young's averaging 20 in 9 games.
But he's averaging 23, I think it's 23, 12, and 9 or 23, 12, and 8. Like, he's already
23, 8.8 and maybe whatever you said in rebounds. He's
almost averaging triple-double.
Trae Young has more assists than he does. Trae Young has 8.8. He has 8.3 to be exact.
Yeah, but that's not much of a difference. They're essentially the same.
But what I'm saying is you're talking about a guy who just came off of being injured. He's averaging 20 points in 9 games. It's his team. When you think of Atlanta, you think about what Ice Cold Trae.
Yeah, marketing, yeah.
Right. That's marketing, but it's for a purpose. You can't put a player that sucks as that. No team has a suck player as their marketing leader. Not even Orlando.
No.
Maybe they used to. They used to have.
No, when I say that, Nelson. No, you're right. When I say marketing, I mean Trae Young is easier to market than Jalen Johnson. That's why
Trae Young overall is way better than Jalen Johnson, despite not having the size. IQ, basketball IQ. Who do you give it to?
They're comparable.
Are you serious?
They're comparable. If you watch Jalen Johnson, they're comparable.
You're talking about
he's setting up players like. It's like easy. When they play with Jalen Johnson, it's easy. Trae Young, he gets the assists, but the way he gets them is sometimes almost forced, except for when he gets those lobs. Like whenever they do a pick and roll and they force the big to come up and he throws a lob, he does make it easier for the big. But other than that, everyone around him,
who do you think is a better finisher?
Jalen Johnson. He's more athletic.
He's bigger.
No, but he's athletic.
Who's a better 3-point shooter?
Trae Young.
Trae Young. Okay.
He's not that efficient.
Don't say but. Shooter.
No, there's context behind
He's also the clutchest player on the team.
He hasn't won the award yet.
It's a hard award to win in league-wise, but as far as that team is concerned, he's had way more game-winning shots. Of course, this kid hasn't had that many years. He's had, 2-3 seasons. He's in his 3rd season. But Trae Young
3 seasons in, was already developing to be the franchise player of that team. He's always has been.
Who do they have at that?
Also,
Actually,
again, you're taking away from the fact that there's a huge height discrepancy. You're supposed to be doing a lot more with the talents that God gave you, and some way, somehow, this little man's work ethic is very close to you.
I think that would be an argument.
Because, I mean, that's like me saying with the whole Jalen Brunson and the Cade Cunningham. Like, yeah, I argued that, Cade should be technically better because he's taller, which I still do argue because he is, as they say.
Well, in that argument, he is not better than Jalen Brunson.
He's not better.
He's not better. Yeah, he's not better than Jalen Brunson. As a matter of fact, Cade Cunningham is also not the franchise player.
But G,
what has he done? What has he done for Detroit?
But you just said KD is one of the greatest. The reason why he's so great is because he can do what he can do at 7 feet tall. So your argument for KD is the height is a good thing because he's able to do that.
He takes advantage of his height. Correct.
So why is it when other players do that, it's a problem? Now it's like, oh, you're supposed to do that. But when KD does it, it's, oh, he's doing this at 7 feet.
Because he's not doing it in a comparable measure. He's over exceeding everybody where he's supposed to. It's like Wemby getting 15 rebounds. It's like, so what? He's supposed to get 15 rebounds.
But that's an argument towards why he's better. Height, yeah, it's unfair, but you can't get mad at that player because he's taller.
It's not getting mad at it. It's just you have a height advantage that you could be using more
towards them.
So it's like this, for example. If we see, here's one.
Trae Young is literally the smallest guy in the league.
If we see a Josh Hart, for example, because, that's when I can toss up, get a triple-double. It's like, oh, shit. All right, damn, Josh Hart got a triple-double. But why is it if we see a player like a Luka Doncic or, let's say, maybe even a Jokic get a triple-double, why is like that? Like, oh, it's a normal thing for them. Whereas like a Josh Hart, it may not be.
I think that's a skill thing. Yeah,
but I guess that's the point, though. That's my argument is that it's whenever you see a player that's at a specific statue, size, height, build, whatever you want to picture you want to paint of that. Usually when it's a smaller defender or someone that's smaller for that size or that position, we would argue that, okay, yeah, they got this many points to averaging at this size. Okay, wow, that's talented. Or you're getting this many rebounds at this size. Wow, damn, like we looking at that because you're at this height and you're getting this many boards. Same thing when it comes to assists as well. One could argue, assist is everyone should be able to assist fairly well in the NBA, but that's a different story. So my point being, with the rebounds and with the points, if you're a shorter player or at disadvantage when it comes to size, and you're excelling at those stats, would we not argue that makes you a little bit better of a player because you're at that of a disadvantage?
That means what you're doing is more impressive because of your disadvantage. However, that doesn't mean you're better. For example, Russell Westbrook versus LeBron. We could agree they're similar type players, right?
In what sense?
Their play style, the playmaking, the playmaking, athletic, strong, using their body. They're similar in that aspect, right?
Okay, athletics.
Russell Westbrook is shorter. He averaged a triple-double and LeBron didn't. That doesn't make him better than LeBron. That means what he did was impressive because of his disadvantages in terms of height. However, LeBron is still a better player even though his stats aren't as impressive, or even though he's taller.
LeBron's stats is more impressive than anybody in the league, even including Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook
averaged triple-double.
That's so what?
He 30-point triple-double.
He's about to get exploded by Jokic. It's not a record that's unbeatable. He's about to get overwritten on that record.
He did that at
LeBron James has the most points in NBA history. He holds some of the most in every category.
That's a longevity stat.
He only has 21 seasons in the league.
23, but everyone's not going to play 23 seasons. Like, that's not really
at a high level.
My argument, but that's besides the point. My argument is, just because you're shorter doesn't mean you're better. It just means what you did was more. It's like, oh, damn, he's good for his height. Like, he's doing well for his height.
I don't know. I would argue if you're in the NBA and you're able to do things at a specific height and score very well and score and rebound very well in the NBA, I think you get a little bit special looked at because of that height. Because if you're tall, like they kind of already expect you to kind of get to the rim, get your points closer to the rim. Okay, if you're tall, like 7 foot. You start shooting like, okay, damn, like a 7-footer that can shoot. Nowadays, it's kind of more of a common thing for sure.
So is Shaq not as good as other centers because he was bigger than everyone else?
No, Shaq took advantage of every little inch of height that he had.
That's my point. They're taking advantage of their height. They're supposed to do that.
Shaq is the most dominant player to have ever played the game. Jalen Johnson is a bitch at 6'6", 6'7".
But that's
what
not
I'm
the
telling
point.
you.
The point is
He cannot be compared to Trae Young.
My point is height is a benefit and you should use it.
And he's not using it is my point.
Yes,
he's fucking 3 points more than Trae Young, who is literally 6 inches less than he is. He's the smallest guard in the league. Easiest person to guard, right? Because you're the smallest.
Stats, you're saying...
Bro, this is what I'm telling you. This is the whole point of it. This is the whole point. This is the whole point right here. If he was more impactful than Trae Young, he will be the franchise player of the team.
I think he will be.
He will not be. They will trade Trae Young before they make Trae Young the number 2 option in Atlanta. That would be insane. Do you know who the fuck Trae Young is? And to go back to your Detroit, because I actually didn't talk about it at all, to your Detroit and Cade Cunningham situation, what the fuck has he done to be the franchise player of that organization?
Took them to the playoffs after years of...
And lost in the first round?
To the Knicks. And that was their first season back in the playoffs. And he was...
He did that. He wasn't the franchise player. He did that for the Rockets, and he was not the franchise player. He did that every time.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. Yao Ming was.
T-Mac was the franchise player.
Yeah, and who was Yao Ming?
He was a great player, but
He was the face model of the team. He was the marketing, as we call it, the marketing of the
So you're
team.
speaking...
T-Mac was the best player on the team. He won all the scoring titles, all the MVPs, and things like that, but that didn't necessarily make him the franchise of Houston.
Nah, he was a franchise, bro. I'm sorry. T-Mac was the franchise.
Going back to your play in Detroit, what has Cade Cunningham done besides take your team and lost in the first round? If you didn't get swept, if I'm not mistaken. So let's not even count it.
So that means he can't be the franchise guy because he...
I was about to say that, yeah, because he got swept.
That doesn't
He cannot be the franchise guy as in his 4th season or 3rd season with absolutely nothing. No achievements. No achievement. He's not even an all-star.
So is Wemby the franchise
Is
guy?
he an all-star?
Yeah, he is. He actually is. I think he made it last year. Yeah,
He's an all-star for sure.
Well, definitely not a starting all-star. And I'm sorry, because whenever I mention this whole all-star thing, I always mention starting all-star. These bench all-stars to me don't mean the same. So,
damn.
They don't mean because Draymond Green was an all-star. I'm not leaning on Draymond Green's all-star.
Okay.
Right? That's what I mean. Was he a starting all-star? No, he was.
Okay.
What else has he won? Is there any other achievement that he won for his team? Defensive Player of the Year, most assists in the East.
He was All-NBA. That's big. That's a franchise.
All-NBA first team?
I don't know if he was first team.
Nah, I wouldn't be
he might have been
first. Probably
second.
like second, I'd say.
He probably was second.
There's
but
a lot
still,
of players that make second.
No, only 5. It's 5 players per team.
Right, but there's players that make the second. He didn't make the first. First is for what?
Bro, All-NBA is impressive no matter how you try to spin it. Only 15 players make All-NBA. That's impressive. Bro, you can't say that like that's nothing.
You're saying 5 players make All-NBA in the first category, first team, and then 5 more in the second team.
Yeah, and then 5 in the third team.
Okay. He was not on the first team.
Only 5 players can make it.
So he was not top 5 in the East.
No, you mean in the league.
In the league.
That doesn't mean you can't be a franchise guy. You don't have to be top 5 to be a franchise guy.
We never put Cade Cunningham in any conversation.
We talk about him.
In what conversation?
They talk about him.
All right, so
In what conversation? In what?
They talk about him in MVP conversation.
Is Wemby a franchise guy?
He's developing to be. He will be, yeah.
But he's not.
He's not.
This is second season?
This is his third
season?
So is Wemby not a franchise guy?
He's a franchise player. Is the Spurs his franchise? We don't know yet.
That's wild.
I don't know.
Yeah, Wemby is definitely
Bro,
franchise.
solidified franchises, guys.
I guess we got to figure out
Steph
your definition
Curry.
of your franchises.
Steph Curry, franchise player, decision maker, influencer, leader. Fuck all the court shit, off the court stuff. That is what a franchise player is the model for the organization.
Wemby is that.
Yeah, Wemby
Definitely that.
is that.
Or is he just not a special talent at 7'6"? And we're just like, oh.
No, he's the franchise
franchise guy.
You're building around him.
They literally have like chance that they
Exception on the 7-6 guy. Your boy Cade Cunningham is nowhere near.
The reason why I asked Wemby is because you said if you haven't done anything in the playoffs, you're not a franchise guy.
Now, I didn't say the playoffs. I said in general. And actually,
right
now, Wemby has done more in his 2 seasons than Cade Cunningham has his whole career.
Whoa, that's crazy. No, I'm sorry.
He probably has more points scored, honestly.
Ah, bro, that's
I think
crazy.
he might be reaching a little bit on that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he might be reaching a little
Cade
bit on that one.
Bro, Cade just came off of the worst season of his career.
He was all NBA. That was the best season of his career.
Whatever it was, the record for the team, the worst record in the NBA.
Oh, you talking about
the losses?
Bro, they were rebuilding. And he was one of the guys who brought that culture setting in there. Like, he was one of those foundational pieces that changed the culture.
And then bringing the coach into that.
And the coach too, yeah, like
too as well. Like, Cade's definitely the franchise player of the Detroit Pistons for sure.
And Wemby has not done more than Cade in their career so far. No, and mostly because of injury. But still, that's besides the point. He hasn't done more than Cade.
All right. Okay, so
we just disagree.
Your boy Cade's a franchise player. We'll just start naming the best player on every team, or we'll just be like, that's their franchise player. Whoever the best scorer is on every team, the highest scorer, that's their franchise. Shit, it was almost, instead of Luka, it was almost fucking other white boy who was the franchise of the team.
Nah,
he was a close second. It seems like the only shit that we're appearing when it comes to being a franchise player is scoring the ball.
No, that's what you said. Cade does way more than scoring, to me.
I just asked you, what else did he win? Like, he doesn't need a 3-point percentage. He doesn't need an free throws attempts. He doesn't need in anything.
On his team?
No, I mean in the league.
In the league is
different. But there's only so many players that can lead in that stuff.
You can at least tell me top 10. He needs top 10 in this, top 10 in this.
Second in assists last year, and I think he's second this year. You said, right?
Good, thank you. That's what I mean. One thing he did.
But still, you don't have to lead somewhere in the league to be considered the franchise player. If you're leading on your team in those categories, yeah, absolutely, yeah, you're the franchise player.
Like Jason Tatum,
if you play with a whole bunch of cab drivers and you happen to be a good player. Of course you're going to score better than everybody on your team. Of course you're going to play better than everybody on your team.
It's not just about scoring what Cade's doing. Cade's actually performing. He is the best player on that team.
What does he have on his team?
Offensively, what do you mean? Who does he have?
What other all-star does he have on his team?
I could probably say Jalen Green.
That helps his argument because they're the first seed, and you're basically what you're saying is he doesn't have anyone else on his team. So meaning, as the best player, he's taking the player that doesn't have anyone else on his team to a first seed so far.
And what I said was he still hasn't earned it yet. I did not say he wasn't going to be. I can't tell you where the future lies. I'm saying he hasn't earned it yet. Just the same fact that Paulo Coelho is he's the franchise of Orlando. Coelho, whatever the fuck his name is. He's the franchise of the Magic. So right? He's the franchise of the Magic.
No, I don't think so.
No, but just last year, he fucking was.
Let me ask you.
Last year?
Not to me. I always thought Franz was the best player. To me.
Last year.
Yes, to me. I'm saying to me. I ain't saying to everyone else. But let me ask you. So, to you, a franchise guy has to do what? Like, they have to win an MVP. They have to, to you, would you say only like LeBron, Steph, KD? Like, those are really only, like, Jokic. Like, who's franchise guys do you?
SGA.
So like superstars who's accomplished stuff.
The kid from Phoenix.
Devin
Booker.
Okay.
Trae Young. Jalen Brunson earned his spot.
So is it awards, playoff performances?
Luka. It's you earning that spot for that franchise.
But how do you earn it?
You earn it through success. Yeah, you don't earn it through failure.
So to you, to be a franchise guy, you have to win.
Not at all, but at least compete. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Based off of that definition, I can see where you're coming from. For sure. To me, I have a different definition of franchise guy.
Yeah, you're just saying the best player on the team.
No, I'm saying the player that you're building around for the next 5, 10, 15 years. That to me is your franchise guy.
The question on that would be
could potentially get traded for fucking. What?
Nah, dude, trade is not getting traded. These would be non-tradable tonight for sure.
Okay.
To be how old? He's 24, doing what he's doing.
Yeah, Cade is that
That's
guy
a
for
franchise
sure.
to me.
And that's me
a
saying that
franchise
as
guy.
a Knicks fan. Like, Cade's definitely that guy for sure. He's a great player for sure. He's an all-star talent for sure.
Jalen Brunson's only been to the conference finals once. To me, he's a franchise guy.
He also won Clutch Player of the Year.
Also phenomenal. Again, considering his height.
That's based off an award.
Yeah, but
Considering
that's
his
an
height.
award though. You said
Okay,
you have to win.
considering his, I didn't say win it all.
No, you said win.
Jalen Brunson has won.
He's been to the conference finals.
He's been passing the playoffs. He's been bringing his team on his back, surpassing from the second round to the Eastern Conference Finals and losing in each one year to year.
Okay.
And this year I expect him to go to the finals.
So before last year, he was not a franchise guy because he.
Before last year, no. How? Before last year, he didn't win Clutch Player of the Year.
Based off of your definition, at least you're being consistent. So I'm not.
Yeah, no, that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example. Jalen Brunson was not the franchise player 2 years ago.
So is Trae Young considered like why would Trae Young then? What has he done recently?
He's been in the conference finals. So
Recently.
Trae Young has played for Atlanta Hawks for over 10 seasons.
Nah, it's not been that long.
Has it been that long? So
almost though. He's been
shit.
Damn near.
Yeah.
So
shit.
damn near. Okay.
He's done a significant amount of things based on the type of
He
team.
also does get scrubbed off the All-Star list a lot. A lot of
Where
times.
he's competing with a lot of good guards.
In the East?
But Cade is always usually above him. So
I think that's fan base though.
Nah, Trey has more of a fan base though.
But so something, it's all fan base. It's not the league picking
Cade
it.
is just better than him. Like that's just what it is. Cade is just better than him.
This isn't all stars. When you get picked for an all star, it has nothing to do with being who's better. It has to do with
Yes, it does. Who's played better? That's fan votes do play a part, but what you're voting on is who's been the best that season.
It's who you want to play in All Star. That's how you pick. It tells you who do you want to play for the All Star.
Well, yeah,
and you pick.
But there's more than the fan vote. Like you got player vote, media vote. So
no, that's for awards.
No, that's also for All Star too.
All-Stars also.
Okay, so then there's a small percentage for media. I know majority of the All Star has to do with fan base.
I don't know the percentages.
Which is why in that season, that time that Jalen Brunson got knocked off, it was a fan base thing. It was a very close mark. It was like 2 years ago. If not, it was very close and he didn't make it.
Who you got knocked off for? I don't remember.
Knocked off when?
I forget what was the other guard that season, but I just remember again it was a close race and he got knocked off. If it wasn't last season where he didn't make it.
As far as I know, he's always been an All-Star since he's been there. It's never been close for like Jalen Brunson. Since he's been in New York, he's been an All-Star every year.
How many seasons has he been in New York?
I think it's his
Three.
3 seasons. He's been there. He's been an All-Star every year.
This is 4. This is his 4th season.
Yeah, and he's been an All-Star every year. He's been there.
Yeah.
First 2 seasons too?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's missed an All-Star since I think his first All-Star was it his first year with the Knicks?
It would have had to have been because he didn't make it with Dallas.
Yeah, he didn't make it with Dallas. So and he got traded in
22.
Yeah, so I believe he was All-Star now. I'll double check that later on for sure. Anyways, moving on. Draymond Green getting into it with Steve Kerr. Crazy argument on the sideline. Obviously, that was witnessed by a lot of people on social media. They obviously since then did apologize. Seems like there's a little bit disgruntledness going on there. We talked last week, how how Steph Curry misses Klay, and then now we're even seeing Steve Kerr mentioning that he also too kind of misses having Klay on the team as well, and obviously with the chemistry. But what's going on with the Warriors right now? Because I wanted to talk about a little bit earlier, but now that we're at that part. I mean, what's going on with the Warriors right now, man? A lot of stuff. They brought Jimmy Butler in there to get help. They didn't do much in the offseason. They did get Al Horford, and I think that was the only piece they added. I think the Anthony Melton as well, they added as well. So what do they need to do to really take the next step? We've argued before, age. Steph Curry, 37, or 36, whichever the age is.
37 going 38.
Is it going to be, what is he going to need to take it to the next level, I guess you could say? Or help.
Yeah, he's just gonna need to pick up a good big man. And by I don't mean center, I mean at least like a good power forward. And I mentioned last time Sengun would be unselfish pick because I could have picked anybody else in the league, but a player like Sengun, who has a lot of energy, both offensively and defensively.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned the power forward because recently, reported by Chris Haynes on Inside NBA, he mentioned that Anthony Davis, possibly the Warriors might be shopping around. I'm sure you got some thoughts on that, so hang on. But I know right now Anthony Davis, a lot of things going on with him, obviously injuries, but he's looked at possibly going into the Warriors. Now, it's been speculated that it doesn't look like for lack of better words right now, it's not a juicy offer enough for the Mavericks to take, but they have been talking about having Anthony Davis moving over to the Golden State Warriors. That is a power forward that you would get. How do you think that would play a role? Armani, I'm going to let you go first because it seems like you can't hold it in.
Who does Dallas think they are to be telling people this isn't enough for Anthony Davis? Motherfucker, he has no trade value right now. How old is he, 33?
Old enough.
He's 33, consistently injured. Honestly, he's more injured than not. And not only that, but his contract is crazy. So not only does the Warriors have to make the money match, but then on top of that, you're expecting them to give up a significant amount of assets to get injury-prone 33-year-old Anthony Davis? I might as well keep Draymond and Jimmy in my squad I have now, because when you bring in Anthony Davis, you're not gonna get the value that you traded for him. So for Dallas to be acting as like being picky, saying no, we want more, considering what they just did and what they just pulled off, and the way their franchise is going,
they're trying to rebuild.
Crazy. That's why when you start saying, I'm like, Dallas is saying they're not giving up enough. That's wild. That's wild.
Man, that's what they said. They said
that's wild.
Yeah.
But to answer your question
I'm sorry, I said Dallas. My bad. Warriors. Yeah, Warriors said they need more than just that.
Oh,
my apologies. Yes.
Okay,
Warriors.
That changes my.
Warriors are saying that they need more than just that for an Anthony Davis.
Well, when you said that, I'm like Dallas.
My apologies.
Okay.
Yes, I did say that. What are your takes on that, my big
They definitely need more because I wouldn't give up Newport cigarettes for Anthony Davis.
Yeah, facts.
For cigarettes.
Like, I'm good.
It's crazy, bro. It's like his value right now. I would have said before the injury to trade him.
I'll take Klay Thompson back. I'll take Klay.
For what?
I'll take Anthony Davis, and I'll take a first round pick if they got one, and I'll give up Buddy Hield's.
Wait.
That wouldn't work.
Wait,
that wouldn't work.
So wait,
I wasn't done.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead. I gotta hear this.
Pods.
The Pods, okay.
Moses Moody. Quinn Post.
Yeah, that still doesn't work.
So you're giving
We're
up.
not getting up enough money.
You're giving up your whole entire young core talent, essentially.
You said young.
Pods, fairly young. Moses Moody, I wouldn't say young, but younger talent.
Pods is replaced.
Did you put Kuminga in that trade?
Oh, and Kuminga.
And then Jimmy or Draymond. One got to go with that, too.
Nah.
Because of the money. It's not because of
yeah.
So then I can't give up that many players then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jimmy or Draymond got to go in the shot.
So I'll give up Kuminga and Jimmy then.
Kuminga might not be.
Damn, you keeping Draymond over Jimmy?
Yeah. There's no Draymond, there's no Golden State. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know.
This year, though.
One could argue though, how would that dynamic look? I'm glad you brought that up. How would that look if you took Draymond Green and you put him in a trade package? Let's say in some bizarre world to the Mavs, and they somehow picked up a Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis on that team. What would that look like?
You don't want Draymond Green on any other team. I'm telling you right now, as a Golden State fan, we would not want to see Draymond Green on any other team.
That'd be pretty wild. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but I think I seen the stat, was it yesterday, where Draymond's been bad this year. If you look at his efficiency, like in terms of scoring, he's never been a scorer, but it's generational bad right now. Not only that, but there's a stat to where Draymond has more turnovers and fouls than he has field goals this year.
Damn.
Which is fucked. That's not okay. Like, no matter if you're heart and soul, like, bro, that's bad. That's bad. If you look at his efficiency too, I don't know the percentages off the top of my head, career lows. And then on top of that, he's a locker room problem right now because he out here arguing with Steve Kerr, walking back, getting himself out the game.
So
honestly,
based on your analysis, would you say that it would be time to be trading?
I would
Draymond?
look into it. I'm not gonna shop. I'm not gonna say, who wants Draymond? I'm not doing that. But if there's a trade out there to where I can upgrade my roster and that team's like, throw in Draymond, I'm considering it. Now, the thing is, too, not for no damn Anthony Davis. That's dead. Draymond for Anthony Davis is crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It got to be generational talent.
Hear me out. Let me cook. What if the Bucks call you and like, hey,
fuck out of here with this shit.
Giannis is available. And I'm going to stay. Take what you want.
Now that brings another question.
Take what you want.
You put Giannis in an organization with the Warriors now. Is it still Steph Curry's team or is it now Giannis's team?
This is the reason why.
Marketing wise, Steph.
I don't believe Giannis is going anywhere because of this.
Oh, because like whose team it is?
Giannis is very prideful, bro. I said this last podcast.
I think for the right team, I think he'd be willing to. He doesn't care about that. For the right team, I don't think he cares about that.
He just all he does is preaches, and he's one of those motivational guys and leader to his team. He's not going to sell his soul for money and for the right team, quote unquote.
I think he would, man. If he wants to win a championship, which is what he said and stated he wants, is to get a championship.
He doesn't want that more.
He's going to be the franchise guy no matter where he goes.
Not if he goes to the Knicks.
No, he will be. It's going to be.
Oh shit!
Hold on, I got a perfect analogy. LeBron and D Wade. Heat Nation will always say D Wade's our franchise guy. We love D Wade. But when LeBron comes, that's his shit. Just because of how good he is. He's going to lead you to the championship.
That was a good analogy.
Same thing with Giannis.
That was a great analogy.
If he goes to New York, yeah, y'all going to love Jalen Brunson more. That's your guy. But Jalen Brunson will have to put his ego to the side and have the keys to him.
I don't care what position he wants to play. If Giannis are able to get him and we keep Brunson and however that package works, I said it already before. Like, I don't care if he's the number one or number two, number three. I care less. We got them both on the team. It don't matter. But that I bring that question up about the Steph Curry and the Giannis thing, you know, because obviously it does play a role. I feel like if it was a Knicks thing, I don't know. I don't really think. I don't think that with how Brunson has been with that team, I don't think if they got a Giannis that would really mess with the whole who's the leader of the team deal. I feel like they would still be able to coexist, but that's just my personal opinion.
There got to be a 1 and a 2 though.
Oh, of course, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Can't have 2 1s.
I agree with you.
We've seen Kobe and Shaq.
I agree with you. There can't be, but who that 1 and 2 will be? I mean, obviously you're gonna put Giannis. He's gonna be the number 1 option for sure, and then you have number 2. Jalen Brunson, which honestly, it still works because they're trying to have Brunson do a lot of off-the-ball offense anyways. They don't want the ball in his hand primarily. So
Brunson's role won't change much. He'll just have to shoot a couple times less.
I don't even think his scoring would change, to be honest. If anything, I think his scoring would probably be the same. I think
his scoring will decrease.
No, I don't think his scoring
slightly.
will decrease.
Yeah, slightly it will.
Giannis takes over 25 attempts a game when he's healthy.
He's averaging 21 points, 19 to 20 points in the paint alone. His primary source is in the paint. And yes, I know Jalen Brunson also does get in the paint as well. But this season alone, he's putting up a lot more threes. I feel like,
but he can't do that with Giannis. Well, let me say this.
What we were saying was Jalen Brunson's points would be reduced with Giannis on that team.
But that doesn't mean he's worse.
Oh, I'm not saying
I think
he'll be worse.
He'll take less shots and his points will be down, but his efficiency will go up because it'll be easier for him to score.
I don't think his points per game goes down, honestly, if you put Giannis on that team. I really don't.
Not even slightly?
Bro, they'll be blowing teams out and Brunson's going to be benched in the fourth quarter.
If they're blowing teams out, they'll probably even bench Giannis too.
That's fine, but what matters is who fucking was the reason why we're blowing teams out.
Yeah, but arguably right now,
Brunson's gonna have his game.
Right now in the first quarter, Jalen Brunson is top 5 of first quarter points scored.
Yeah,
that there alone, that's not gonna change.
I mean, Giannis could be if he wants to.
That's not gonna change. Not underneath the Mike Brown's offense, it's not changing. I'm telling you that right now. With the way Mike Brown's offense is, it's not gonna change. Giannis's points and Jalen Brunson's points, they're not gonna change.
Giannis
you're taking off the rebounds that you're gonna be getting from Karl Anthony Towns that he's doing already. That's gonna go straight to Giannis. Mm-hmm. Those rebounds that he's getting are putback points. That's what what Cat is doing or what Mitchell Robinson is doing. That's gonna be substituted for what Giannis is gonna do in the paint. He's gonna dish that
I can
back.
see that happening too, though.
He's gonna
What you're
dish.
saying.
Defensive rebounds is going to be Giannis. That's fine. He's not going to take away from the team from that because he's replacing somebody else. But as far as how much he's going to be demanding the ball in comparison to what the Knicks are used to right now is going to be a little bit startling for him. It's not the same.
I can see where you're coming from, though, because LeBron and Kyrie was like that. Kyrie was scoring a certain amount. LeBron came, and Kyrie was still doing his shit. But that's because LeBron, the type of player LeBron is, he's going to get his guys involved first, and then he's going to, get his after.
Yeah,
that.
LeBron.
But the thing with Giannis is,
I don't know how the dynamic would look between a Jalen Brunson and a Giannis with how their play styles are. I honestly don't know how that would look. Giannis being very ball dominant in the sense of in the paint, but I've seen it where he's able to facilitate for his team just like Brunson's able to facilitate for his team. So that's why I kind of figured that the two put together, I think it would balance out, especially considering when you had a Cat come onto the team who also you can argue is kind of a ball-dominant player as well. But since he's come to this offense with Mike Brown, that offense has changed. Now, will that bend to whatever way that Giannis wants? Yes, for sure. Because when he comes over, I can guarantee you that whatever way he wants, he's probably going to do. Because it's Mike Brown. Mike Brown is not really the coach that comes off as oh no, I do it this way. He's more of a all right, yeah, we can implement that in there. See how you guys. He's more of like the people kind of coach.
He's a chill coach.
You know what I'm saying? He's a chill coach. So I can definitely see that playing a factor for sure. But I don't think their points because of Giannis and Jalen Brunson's mindset of just winning. I think their mindsets are very co-aligned, honestly. Like you can see even when Kat got on the team after getting on the team with Jalen Brunson still played the same. Nothing really changed for him. Still played the same.
the only way for that to happen is for the third option to significantly decrease their usage. Which means Mikal or OG.
And that's
one of them, they're going to have to play the Chris Bosh, Kevin Love role.
And that's
the only
probably
way
what would
that'll
happen
work.
because that's what happened when they picked up Mikal.
They're part of the trade.
That's what happened when
Wonderful. Whoever stays.
Cat is not leaving. Cat is by himself.
Oh, no, he would have to leave.
No, it's not by himself.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No,
Cat's going with three guys.
He's definitely going with someone for sure. But yeah, man, I just feel like that organization having Giannis with Jalen Brunson, pieces that they bring with that, whoever goes to the Milwaukee team, whether it be OG included in that with the Cat or the Mikal or Miles McBride, whoever that piece may be, they're going to be giving up pieces, this is why I feel that Brunson's scoring isn't going to drop. I think it's going to stay the same. It's not going to go up.
I didn't think about that.
Because they're going to be giving up pieces that are coming out and scoring and helping Brunson. Brunson's going to have to go back and do what he was doing before.
That's true.
So I don't think I just don't see it dropping.
This year, but they,
now
at
eventually
that point,
the goal would be they're going to get people so that way they don't have him.
But then at that point, you guys aren't contenders anymore either. Because
I know what you get with it. Trust me, but we're missing out on a Giannis here, bro. This is Giannis. Like it's a lifetime superstar.
You got to do it.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be quick with this. We haven't had a point guard. No, I'm gonna say it's quick. We haven't had a point guard in a very, very long time. We finally got one. We got the opportunity to get a franchise player like a Giannis to the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
You gotta jump on that. Anyways, JJ Redick not happy with the Lakers' recent performance recently came out. Interview stating problems with players and games. No names really, but we kind of have an idea who he's talking about.
We know who he's talking about.
Probably LeBron James. I'm sure he's talking about, which is it's kind of funny because that's one of his best friends, DeAndre Ayton being a player, but even too Luka. We're seeing not getting back on defense. It's kind of the shit we were seeing with Luka when he was in the Dallas Mavs. Now, he dropped the weight, but he seems to not getting back on defense. LeBron, same thing, not getting back on defense. DeAndre Ayton not really showing a presence in the paint at all. So, frustration going on with the Lakers and JJ Redick, and he's taking shots. Interview recently came out how, accountability, because years ago, he used to talk about how coaches had to hold accountability for their players and stuff. They got to be accountable. And now he's coming out saying that these players are not being accountable. So it's like the tables have kind of turned a little bit.
Yeah.
JJ getting a little bit taste of his own medicine, I guess you could say.
I wouldn't be too worried about the Lakers. Yeah, they got a little bit of drama going on there with JJ and his feelings, but I mean they got very good players on their team. And all that matters is they got Luka, they got LeBron, and the rest of those guys. Despite the fact that they're struggling in the center position, they won't be 1 to 3 but they'll be able to stay in and fight in the playoffs. See what they got.
They're gonna need something because the one thing I always say is with anything in the playoffs, any team I feel like going into the playoffs, and I'm sure you're gonna fact check me on something here, Armani, but I feel like any team going to the playoffs, you have to have a complete roster. Honestly, that comes from the starting five, all the way down to your bench and your role. All of that has to be not elite, but they have to be on track, on par to be able to compete. And with the Lakers right now, I don't feel like they have that. I don't feel like
that
they
actually brings me to my definition, my personal definition of what a franchise player is. It's a player who can be great and potentially be the best player in the majority of organizations they go to. So again, when we conclude about LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry's, everyone that we consider to be franchise players, no matter where you put them, where would they go? They'd be number one. Giannis. We just had this discussion.
You're saying this about who, Luka or LeBron?
We're talking about in general. I mean, you just so happen to have two franchise players on one team, which is, quite frankly, the last time that happened was with Shaq and Kobe. With young Kobe, I would say, if anything. So I don't even know if he was necessarily the franchise. He was developing more so. I don't think we've ever seen two complete franchise players on the same team.
Steph and KD.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Again, but rare scenarios that is. But that's my definition, is a player that can go everywhere. You put Luka goes from the Mavs, dominates the Mavs, and goes to the Lakers and dominates there.
Well, you got the Luka and LeBron, obviously franchise type players. I'm not talking about their age, but they are franchise players. I mean, if LeBron goes to any team, he's
correct. That's what I mean about what a franchise player is. And going back to Jalen Johnson from Atlanta, you can't grab him and put him anywhere and allow him to be the best player on that team.
The whole Giannis thing and who's number one, number two, I care less on that.
Again, Giannis franchise. How can you say that about Jalen Johnson?
But you're changing your definition of franchise guy, because then you're saying
it's dominating wherever you go. Dominating wherever you go. Being Giannis onto
with that direct definition, LeBron's not a franchise guy no more. Because at his age, LeBron right now cannot.
I would agree that you do lose it. I would agree you do lose it eventually.
Okay.
But LeBron James is a franchise. He just hasn't stopped. He should have retired 2 years ago, and he would have been the franchise player. He would have his whole career.
Okay.
He's the exception to the rule. The guy went too long.
Okay.
He's trying to beat other records. But for the most part, the majority of players that we consider franchise players are players that if you grab them and they're high valued assets that can go on any other team and dominate with just as much precision.
But you mean individually, not as a team? Individual
performance. Correct.
Okay.
Individual performance, which is why we beg to do the comparison with Cade Cunningham and Paolo, whatever his name is, right? You can't move these players around. You want to consider
yes, I do, but that's me. That's my opinion.
You want to consider these players franchise players for their organizations because that's who you feel like is favorite, that's who dominates that team. Fine. But in my opinion, a franchise player should be able to do that and more everywhere else that they go. That fear of who that player is should not go away.
I think Cade is one of those guys, but we already debated that.
We already debated that. We're gonna have to talk that. Leave that one to the comments. I really want to hear. I need y'all to go ham on these comments, yo, because I think Cade is a franchise player, but I know based on your standards, I would guess you say no, not the franchise player, but I disagree. I think he is a franchise player. If you think about Detroit, you think about Cade Cunningham. There is no other player on that team, maybe besides Jalen Duren or Isaiah Stewart, the guy that's always getting into foul trouble. You don't think about anyone else when you think of Detroit Pistons right now.
Yeah.
That's the face. You go to the billboards, that's all Cade. They have motorcade that they say when you go to Cade Cunningham. He's bringing back the whole bad boys thing with the Pistons, the whole Detroit basketball. Like,
who's the Wizards franchise player?
Oh, I don't even think they have. Who would
they? They don't have one.
I don't think they have one. Honestly,
they don't have one. No.
At one point, you would probably say it was supposed to be Alex Sarr. but he's just.
I wouldn't even. Yeah.
Not even. That was the idea because he came in the draft high. They were hoping for talents, but he's not that guy.
Raptors franchise player.
Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes. Unfortunately, I don't think so, but yeah, Scotty Barnes is who they said their guy is.
It depends. I would say Scotty Barnes is their franchise guy. Yeah, I think so. He has the most. Like again, franchise guy is who can I build around for the next 10 to 15 years to potentially win championships or go deep in the playoffs consistently.
But you can't do that with Steph Curry, so he's not then considered a franchise player in your standards. Because Steph Curry has 3 seasons left, so then he's not a franchise player.
When you get older, it's different. Like Steph to me is a franchise guy because he's been you guys' guy for how long he's been there.
This is where you're like interfering potential. Like you're saying the potential of a player.
Steph Curry has
you can build around them because of their potential.
And for you guys, he's been that guy for.
He has proven himself.
He's been that for years though.
He's proven. What you're claiming is based on the potential of a player. Scotty Barnes is based off of potential.
And what you did currently.
Scotty Barnes, another player who to me is just having an amazing season.
He's been consistent. He's been consistent for the past few years. He's not just having one off. Like he's been doing what he's doing.
I guess then Toronto has been irrelevant for many other reasons.
Yes, they have been. Because they haven't built around him correctly. So yeah, they have been. But I would say he's a franchise guy. But Scotty Barnes is one of those guys where it's debatable. Like if you were to say he's not, then I wouldn't argue with it because for him, he's one of those borderline guys. But to me, Cade is clear. Like he's a clear franchise guy.
Who's the franchise guy for the Clippers?
Ugh. They're all old.
I know, that's why I tossed it.
I would have said Kawhi, but he stayed hurt.
That's the problem with that organization is they let whatever franchise they were trying to build around a player die before they were actually built around that player. I think
it's Kawhi, bro.
Was it Kawhi?
Yeah, it was Kawhi.
Yeah, it was Kawhi, and then they can't build around him, I guess.
Because he's always hurt.
Yeah.
Same with Zion.
What about the Kings? Who's their franchise player? Sabonis?
It was De'Aaron Fox. But they traded him.
So, and I'm glad, a reason why I bring up the Kings, they are the worst fucking team in the Western Conference right now, which is honestly really sad to see.
They only have like 6 wins, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
like
bad.
It's sad to see because you got a team that's got.
You got some OGs on there.
Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis I mentioned, he's out 4 to 6 weeks currently sidelined with a knee injury, but it's like.
Got my favorite German.
You got what's buddy's name? Keegan Murray over there as well. Dennis Schroeder. Like a lot of vets talent, on this team, but they can't get more than 6 games won. Like not even they haven't won 10 games.
They made
yet?
2 dumb, idiotic mistakes. Well, 3 really. First, they traded Tyrese Halliburton. That was dumb. They traded. They fired Mike Brown.
Yeah, that was wild.
And then they traded De'Aaron Fox. Dumb. They made 3 back-to-back catastrophic dumbass decisions that put them in the place they're in now. So honestly, I don't feel bad. They should be where they're at.
You know what's crazy is the year after they traded
Halliburton?
No.
De'Aaron Fox?
De'Aaron Fox. They didn't have that much of a bad season.
They didn't.
It was the addition of Russell Westbrook that fucked them up.
No, I think it was addition of getting
all of them.
Who did
it was all of them.
All the whole crew.
I said it when they first.
I think they got Zach LaVine.
Yo, yes. When they brought Zach LaVine, I was like, why are we running Chicago 2.0? I don't understand.
Yeah, you messed up. You messed
Sacramento
up.
Bulls, man.
You have no lies. These ego spirits just hanging around.
But it's terrible. Zach LaVine is just not the guy.
And they don't fit whatsoever. Like
I don't understand. Like, I don't know if it's because they're home. That's their state. I don't know. They're from Cali. I think some shit like that. So
they wanted to stay
homeboys.
competitive.
But it's like, why? Like, your guys' game don't mesh well at all.
Not in the West for sure.
Definitely not.
Instead
in the
of
West.
rebuilding, they were trying to stay competitive.
To be honest with you, I don't even think they wouldn't even stand a chance in the East.
Nah.
They just more competitive right now, but I'm saying just in the West with the teams that they're facing most of the time, like they go against Denver, they get slapped. Go against OKC, they get slapped.
They have no defense. Their backcourt is trash. I mean, at one point in time, they even had Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, they did. And I remember that because when I went to a Heat game, he was there on the Kings.
Like the Kings organization is one of those organizations that's just known for also fumbling the bag.
Yeah.
Like they just can't get the shit going. Like I don't know what you do with that. That honestly, I always say
It starts with the ownership.
When you start getting an organization, at what point do you figure that you need to relocate them? Maybe Sacramento Kings, man, they ain't been great in what? Since who?
Nah, since Mike Brown. Mike Brown, they were really good. They almost
When they did the light the beam shit, and then they fired that coach, and since then they have not been great. They had their little start off rivalry they were doing with Golden State Warriors in the playoffs, and then since then,
I couldn't sleep.
But that team was so good.
They were nice.
For multiple nights, bro. Because Sabonis is very good in comparison to Draymond Green. He knows how to play with Draymond. I think he got in that camaraderie that they had in the playoffs. I think he got Draymond like with 2 techs. And I think he was almost like teched out.
It was a well-coached team. It was a great team. And then you lose a player like a De'Aaron Fox. I mean, when they put him on the San Antonio Spurs, I was like, all right, yeah, y'all definitely rebuilding. Y'all tanking. Y'all doing something. Because why do you give up De'Aaron Fox? Like,
because him and Mike Brown had friction. That's why
they
fired Mike Brown to make De'Aaron Fox happy. And De'Aaron Fox was like, nah, fuck that. Like, he still requested a trade. So then they ended up losing both of them instead of just one.
Which is crazy. I wonder what the friction was between him and Mike Brown.
I don't remember.
De'Aaron Fox. Like, was it playing time?
I feel like it was playing style.
Yeah,
but I can't remember exactly.
I think it has something to do with Mike Brown being an assistant at Golden State, getting to see what Steph Curry was like. Then you had this player in Sacramento signed to Under Armour under Steph Curry. And kind of wanted to mimic Steph Curry's game. Mike Brown was not,
that's
not having it. He said, "That's not you.
I need you to play like Steph.
Stop shooting from the logo, bro. Okay, just because you got the sneakers on, I get it. Let it go." And I would say the friction goes from the fact of, like you said, his playing style and how he was trying to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Brown probably saw through it and said, "Yo, you can't do that." And I would agree.
Hey, whatever, man.
Whatever he did in that playoffs, he should have kept it going.
Their loss is my gain. I am glad we got Mike Brown. It's a great coach so far. It's so far to start the season. Lots of play out there, but yeah, man, the Kings they need to get their shit together. The Kings, the Pelicans, all those bottom of the barrel teams, like. You're in the NBA, man. This is a professional sport. I get it. There are other teams that are far better than you. I understand that, but damn, like. Whoever's in these front offices, like, they need to be fired. You can't be an NBA team and be in this far into the season and this single-digit wins?
Gotta be honest, owners don't get enough blame. Owners, to me, do not get enough blame. The Kings owner, I forget his name, Romanovich or something.
Whatever his
Bro,
name is.
he's been notoriously one of the worst owners in the league for years. Hiring and firing coach.
If you don't,
You're an owner. This is mine. I can do what I want.
I figured. I was
You a
curious
Knicks
some type
fan,
of
you
committee
know.
or some
You
shit.
got James Dolan.
Hey, man.
Exactly.
He been playing nice.
You know why?
Yes,
because
I know.
James Dolan has hired people and allowed them to do their job instead of always meddling. All bad owners do that. They keep meddling with the front office, and then when shit
Like
goes
your boy Pat
like
Riley.
down, you're like, oh,
Well, he's not an owner, but like
no, he's the president of basketball operations. You know why? Mickey Arison hired Pat Riley and said, "Do what you do," and we've been successful with them. So I feel like
not this season.
he gave us 3 championships. All right, stop.
Sorry.
So I say that to say the Kings owner needs to hire good people, put them in place, and let them do their job. Because there's people who know more about basketball than you do. So stop meddling with that.
Man,
it makes no sense.
I think they just need to scrub the Clippers team, scrub the Sacramento Kings team. The only 2 teams in Cali should be Golden State Warriors and Lakers. And they need to move those 2 teams to Seattle and Vegas. Boom, done.
Seattle and who's going to Seattle? Who's going to Vegas?
I don't care. Pick one. It could be the Clippers. It could be the Kings. It don't fucking matter. Neither one of them motherfuckers need to be in Cali.
Ooh,
Point
Las
blank period.
Vegas Kings does sound. Isn't there a hockey team called that?
I don't know.
Oh no,
It don't
LA
matter.
Kings. LA Kings.
You know what I'm saying? They might as well because
Las
the
Vegas
Sacramento
Kings, I
Kings
like
are
that.
always going to be in the shadow of every California team. The Clippers, let's just be real. They finally just got their stadium, and obviously they're probably not going to move anytime soon because of the stadium.
Kings
they
got
just
their arena too.
But they're not going to be a great team.
Damn.
They're just not. It's not happening. The Clippers right now, they're primed to be giving up their pick to OKC nonetheless. So those teams, they just need to pack it up Maybe take their services to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they need
To the
relocate
community
there.
of Sacramento, I apologize for this guy. I know he's walling y'all out. He's not allowing y'all
Y'all
to be
suck.
great. No, community is great. Community of Sacramento. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. If I ever go, please treat me well. If he go, y'all know what to do.
Hey, y'all can treat me well. I heard they got the best food when it comes to in the venue and the arena and stuff. They got the best one. But speaking of announcements, I did want to give a quick shout out to my cousin's day. I appreciate you. Like, subscribing, sharing and everything.
Yes, sir.
Keep that energy
Appreciate you,
going.
Zay.
But that's all I really have for like the basketball piece, guys. I mean, really, in the culture aspect, however, a little bit of twist here. So I want to give a little shout out. Dog Armani out here.
Hey,
I don't know if y'all peeped. Y'all ain't peeped real quick.
Yes,
The
sir.
shorts.
Cop the drop.
Yes, sir. One of one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
CosmicSouls.com.
Go ahead, tell me about your brand, man.
Yes, go ahead.
That's real quick, because we ain't just here about hype,
Yes,
one of the
sir.
things about this show that we're doing is it's not just about talking about just basketball, the culture piece, as much as we don't talk about as often. What we want to try and do is, talk about, small up-and-coming businesses that are coming up. You got yourself coming right now
Yes,
with
sir.
your shorts. Been in the works for some time now. Tell me a little about it. Tell me about your brand, man.
Yeah, man. First things first, I want to say appreciate y'all for bringing me onto y'all platform and allowing me to share what I've been working on. But yeah, man, Cosmic Souls is something that's really been a project passion and a plan, honestly, for years.
Nice.
And I'm just finally starting to step out and say, all right, let's go ahead and get this done and actually, try to chase a dream that I've been wanting to pursue. And it's mainly, I combine my passion of sports, self-improvement and introspection and stuff like that all into one, to where people or athletes or whatever the case may be who have a purpose that they're wanting to chase, they could go ahead and look at what they're earning and be inspired. So that was really the story behind that, man.
Hell yeah.
And I feel like, yes, it's nice that it's merchandise, and I love the quality of the actual,
Bro, the shorts are
products.
comfortable.
But for me, it's more about the mission. I feel like the mission is something that not only that I could get behind, but a lot of people who are out there chasing a dream or chasing their purpose can get behind. So yeah, man, that's the story behind that, and I'm excited to see where we take things going forward for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Well, definitely, we're gonna drop the link and stuff, obviously, in the comments. We're gonna put that in there. Put it in the page. Y'all will see everything on there. So yeah, go ahead and get your shorts now. They do come in 2 different colors. So right now we do have the white ones on. We don't have the black available right now. Hope you got protection. We don't have the black available right now on us, but it is available to purchase on the website. So go ahead and grab yours. What are the sizes?
So there's
again?
2 designs. There's so all sizes are from extra small to extra large.
Okay.
Size charts is on each product, and then there's 2 designs. It's the white one of one design, and then it's the black price of pride design. So those are the ones that we have in stock now. Later on, of course, there will be more colorways, but that's as of right now what we got cooking up. So extra small through extra large.
What's the IG?
IG cosmic_souls. Almost said .com. I'm so used to saying that. Cosmic KOSMIC_souls SOLS.
Yes, sir. That's K for Kahleel. K for
K for
In case y'all didn't
Kahleel.
know. But yeah, man, we appreciate the brand, man. I'm definitely gonna be wearing the shorts more often. I mean, one thing I'll tell you guys, because obviously we want to know if it's comfortable material.
Oh, yeah.
I'll definitely tell you, material don't look like it's gonna wash off. You can put your phone in there when you're driving in the car. You don't got to worry about your phone sliding out your pocket in between the cracks, because we know that shit happen when you wear basketball shorts. So these shorts ain't doing that. I'm letting y'all know now, Tron Boy shorts, go and get your pair right now.
Yes, sir.
Right now. But other than that, man, New Year's is right around the corner. You got your thing going on. We got this thing going on. Y'all got anything else going on, though? Like, any New Year's resolutions, things we want to change?
I don't know what G got going on with the New Year's resolutions. What you thinking, bro?
Anything? Anything for you?
Just continue, man.
Continue?
Man. Continue life's journey, bro.
Okay.
There's no none really. I don't think the beginning of the year, the end of the year for me is anything to spark something. I think everyday person for me is an opportunity to spark
We should
that.
have ended with him. He giving out deep messages.
Bro, what? Max.
Yeah,
Max,
my
you should
bad.
have been last. My bad, bro.
I'm gonna go with the usual for the people out there. I'm gonna try and stop these. I've been hitting this one for a hot little minute now, and it's dead. So that's gonna be starting to stop coming up next season, hopefully. So that's my thing, and honestly, really just to keep my focus on what we're doing with this pod. So, the support you guys are doing right now, showing up, posting in the comments, like really just keep doing that. Not necessarily cater to, but want to build an entertainment that, you know, you guys like to watch, and going forward, whether it's in this brand, another brand, whatever the case can be, just enjoy, you know, watching what we got to show. Really. So that's really more health and wealth, and definitely more wealth. You know, that's always a good thing, and not to be working no damn 8 to 5 no more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big facts.
If I could be able to, you know, just wake up and not have to worry about running to work,
then that traffic, going to meetings.
How about you? What's your New Year's, Armani?
For me, honestly, I'll just say keep improving upon what I'm doing now. A lot of times with New Year's resolutions, it's always that shiny object effect where we want something new every time, and every year we try to chase something new instead of continuing what we've already been pursuing. So for me, this New Year's resolution is not to have one, and to continue doing what I'm doing and building upon the foundation.
Okay, so I see what you did there. You wanted to add a little icing on the cake after he started with the. There's layers to this shit, people. All right, there's layers to it.
Great minds think alike, man.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I guess I was the middle piece there, just trying to stuff shit in, type shit, whatever. Anyways, but we're gonna move on over to a little celebrity news. This might be old news, new news. I don't know which kind of news, but I thought it was crazy news. Tyler Perry is out in the news again. Yo, this man, some sexual battery charges going on. Apparently, he can't keep his hands to himself touching someone's wee-wee. I mean,
Freaky Perry, man.
Yo,
Freaky Perry.
Freaky Perry is crazy. You know, the reason why I brought it up is it wasn't even because it was Tyler Perry why I brought it up. I just brought it up because I think it's crazy the amount of celebrities, people that are just, I guess you could say, rich, really rich, that do these strange things. And I'm sure there's people that probably aren't celebrities, that probably aren't rich, but it is kind of funny how nowadays we're seeing so much of the craziness going on. I mean, people can't keep their hands to themselves. Someone's beating up on somebody else. Minus the shootings and stuff. Like, it's just crazy the amount of drama going on. We obviously know the whole P. Diddy shit that went on. That was diabolical, but nonetheless. But what's going on with Tyler Perry is like, dang, another guy out here just can't keep his hands to himself. And on top of that, like,
social media, bro.
What, we really touching another guy's pee-pee? Like, what we doing?
Honestly, I think it's always happened. We're just starting to see more of it because of the internet. Now it's starting to get more exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this is too unhinged. Stop me if it is.
Go ahead, say it.
I wouldn't be surprised if TP the Freak is on that Epstein list. I wouldn't be surprised.
Ooh,
and
hot take there.
If any, and you know what? Let me not even just say him. Any of those top tier celebrities, I'm not surprised. If I see y'all on that list, I'm not surprised.
Because that Epstein list that's yet to be released.
I guess they're releasing it in parts, but then they're crossing out the whole thing.
Releasing parts, we're gonna redact half the fucking thing.
Like, bro.
Okay, cool.
So, bro, honestly, I'm not surprised if it come out. And God forbid, my favorite athlete is a super freak, and he be doing shit like that. I'm not surprised because these rich people get bored and they need to find things to do, so they start doing weird shit. That's how it works.
I guess when you have all this money in the world and you get bored of just fucking your wife or your husband, whatever the case may be, then I guess you just, venture off other places.
Instead of traveling, having fun with family, going to theme parks and exploring the world.
But
you out here being a freak.
That's us normal people, though. That's us normal because celebrities aren't going to no Disney World. Like everyone's gonna be, oh look, it's Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? Like people aren't gonna probably see them at the parks because of the fact that how much attention they draw.
They could just rent them out. And then they could do what they want.
They could do that, which it's kind of funny. Why is that not done more? Then you guys want to do crazy things.
I don't think many celebrities can rent out Disney.
You gotta be on. You gotta be on a list, probably. Honestly,
no. It's just I don't even think. Even if you're a billionaire, you don't have enough money to rent out Disney. I think
for a day.
For a day, they probably Disney.
Before I've heard
celebrities what if it's like a park, like rent out Animal Kingdom or rent out Magic Kingdom?
Yeah.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
Like a section you get.
It would if it was possible, it would have been done. Disney probably doesn't allow it, but it's probably I've closed down a kids park. It was like 36,000 square feet. You were about to say
no. You closed out a section of Disney.
For a Jewish community to come in, they rented it out, and it cost them like $35,000. And this was just a regular indoor kids play park. So to rent out a theme park in Disney, being the name, them knowing probably who the person is paying for it. Yeah, we're gonna tax you, bro. It's gonna be a good 600 mil.
I'm telling my agent, call Bob Iger himself and get us.
Honestly, you can't get it. That shit is a monopoly of like 17,000 people that makes a decision. You'll never find the person that
all these people out here with all this money in the world, the things that you could do with it. That's for another story, for another episode. But it's crazy that they got all this money and they out here just touching each other, literally. Like, damn,
they bored, bro.
It's like, got that bored? We just finding ways how we can pleasure each other behind closed doors. Like, damn, this shit is wild. But with that being said, though, on top of all of this, he's now asking for punitive damage of at least, and I quote, $77 million for sexual battery and emotional distress.
He'll probably get half that.
That's a lot of money.
That's crazy. So you telling me that all I gotta do is have Tyler Perry touch my pee and I'm getting $35 million?
And it's not necessarily.
That's crazy.
My bad.
No, I was just gonna say. Also, it's like
you kind of let them do it.
Yeah,
nobody just like
for sure, because I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I don't know about it. I would say let him. I would say let him. But
otherwise, it was a mistake.
But there were a couple of things that were kind of off. He mentioned how he invited him over to his house. I'll be honest with you. If you discussing business, don't invite me to your house.
Yeah, we can't go to dinner.
I would on the phone.
On the phone, FaceTime, video chat, the age we live in. Yeah. Meet me at the office, the studio. I'm sure the studio, the office is there, but I'm not about to go to your house and have
talk business with you. This is one of those like in the closet relationships that ended up going viral because this guy wanted to take
they were probably playing around all this time, and now he wanted more type shit.
I feel like Tyler Perry's gonna try to settle at least because he doesn't want this shit out there. He doesn't want that on his.
He already apparently settled for a $5,000 payout with an incident that happened that Tyler Perry apparently came out and apologized for. But this $77 million is kind of
that's different.
A little recent. So it's just crazy though. Like you go out there doing these things, and then next thing you know, $35 million, please.
Yeah, I mean, when we hear stories about these people are people that have always been that way. Like Tyler Perry's always been gay. He's just never been out.
Out.
I mean, you look at
everything. How 50 Cent's always getting on him for dressing up.
Exactly. Look at him always dressing up as a woman, and then also playing it fucking well, bro. Like either you had a fucking mom that was on your case and you remember her vividly, or you got a different side to you.
He's scarred for life, so he dressed up in his mom's outfit.
Yeah.
So we don't know if this is true, but still, it's funny as fuck.
He's a celebrity. He's in Hollywood. Yeah.
Again, you go to P. Diddy too. You go to like his soft manner, like he's like very soft spoken in certain things. Then he changed to like this love thing, love always. Then like he has his moments of like anger.
No, pause this moment. Guys, say it. Sorry, but Tyler Perry looked like that fruity nigga that say so tickle my balls type shit.
I can see it. I can see it.
He looked like he would enjoy that type shit.
You know who's weird too? Bro, Diddy's kids? They weird. Like
they are. They're very
like
strange.
the son. Like I've seen pictures of the son. I guess there's like twin sisters.
Yeah, they have twin daughters.
They act very intimately. Like they move intimately. He like when they take pictures, he holds them a little low. They do the little kiss on his. I'm like, and you look and you're like,
that's your brother.
I don't do that with my siblings, so I don't know how y'all
me and my brothers barely like hug like that. From being real with you, like we'll dap each other up, yo, done deal. But that's really
but it's like usually like with your sister, maybe you give your sister a hug or something. But I don't touch my sister how they touch how he touched his sisters. Like it's very intimate. I'm like, nah.
It's hard for you, man. You know, every time they take pictures, I guess they got to pose. So they permanently just locked like this.
Like there's one specific picture I seen where his hands was like kind of low, like hugging them, and then like I said, they were posing like kissing him on the cheek, and I'm like,
hey man, maybe they what's that show? You know the show I'm talking about. Game of Targaryens.
Game of Thrones.
What are they? A couple
Targaryens.
Targaryens, man. A couple Targaryens.
Yo, that's funny.
Incest, basically.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, if that's the
Lannisters. They could be Lannisters.
Lord. Oh Lord. Whatever, any way they want to float, that's on them. But yeah, that was bit it for the culture piece, man. I mean, I ain't really have much. We talked a shit ton about basketball. I know we definitely ran over, but I appreciate y'all being here on this episode. Don't remember what episode it is, so don't quote me. But again,
It's not 14.
is it 14? No, don't do it. Don't say it, because I don't know. I always fuck it up. But anyways, I'm Kahleel. That's Jeremy, our guest Armani. We appreciate y'all being here.
I guess it's crazy.
Peace.